Good morning. Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. The screen is split. Why is the screen split? Is there somebody here with me? Who's here? Who's hanging out with me today?
Hi, it's me.
Desiree.
Yay! How is everyone doing? Good morning.
Happy Memorial Day weekend, everyone.
Yes.
Oh, let's see. We've got some friends in the house. All right, let me get everything set up. All right, so we are split screen because that's our only option here when we do this. So good to see you guys. Hey Gwen, hi Jill, hi Sharon, hi Esther, hey Diane, hi Vicky, Teresa, and Jill and John Pounds. Hello, hello. So, hi Paula Rice.
I
Times
love
are
that we say
crazy on
Jill
YouTube.
John Pounds. I love that.
I
We
know. They're
say hi to
so
both of them.
adorable. They are gonna be at, Paper Ganza, and I'm so excited. Good morning, Dee. Good morning, Angie. Hi. Spell check. Hey, Norma. Hi, Elena. Hi, everybody. So good to see you all. Thanks for being here. So, I really couldn't decide. I asked Desiree, "Hey, Red Princess Judy, what she wanted to do today," and we just weren't sure. We got too many things going on to really know. So, I made a quick list and I have some numbers, correlating numbers here. And we're just going to let the luck of the draw decide for us today. Let me find a bowl to put these in. I should have done that prior, but whatever. Here, just grab whatever. This is low tech, y'all.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Cheryl. Hey, Susan. Good afternoon. Hey, Michelle. Good evening. Hi, Beth. Hello and hugs. All right. So, scraps. So we could play with scraps and make things. Scrappy tells. We both have lots of scrappy tells. Desiree, did you see that Sabrina is doing a crafty cruise on the Princess Cruise Line?
I did see that. Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
That is just awesome. That is
Um,
awesome.
I saw her live and I was like talking to my hubby, like, do we want to do that? I mean, I want to do this. Do y'all want to do this? Take the whole fam with me and go on a crafty, scrappy tails cruise. We're not really cruisers, but I would do it for Sabrina and Scrappy Tails. So we have mixed media card, a 3D card, a 3-minute journal.
I
I
don't do anything in 3 minutes, Biddy. I'm just saying.
Nope, even you can do it.
No,
I don't know if you've made one of these yet, the three
I
minute journal.
I have not.
Uh, I had some right here and I cleaned up my desk. Worst, I shouldn't have cleaned up my desk. Anyways, you can do it in 3 minutes too.
Uh-huh.
We have 5 cards, one kit, or stamp set, or whatever you want to work with. And it doesn't have to be 5 cards, but I'm sure you and I could slam through 5 cards pretty quick.
Oh my God, yeah.
We have the chat choice where they can throw a wild card out there at us, and we'd have to do that. We have the Simplicity series, which is one of Desiree's series, where, you know, she doesn't even measure, which makes me sweat bullets, but she just throws paper at a card and makes something beautiful. And I love that. And just like randomly cuts paper. It's wild. It's really wild, Desiree. But awesome. So I put that on here. I have a Stampington magazine right next to me. I thought we could draw inspiration from there or we could tangle. So, hey, Pam. Pam, I gave you a shout out in my video that's tomorrow. It's gonna make you giggle. But hi, it's Biddy Penny and Desiree at Include a Thank You. That's who's hanging out with me. Hey, Flo. Hi, Linda. Okay, so let's see. May the odds be ever in our favor. All right, just grab one. Let's get the show on the road. It's going to be, that's a 5, a 3-minute journal.
Oh my goodness.
You can't escape it, Desiree.
You all know I don't do anything here on this channel in 3 minutes.
Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, so we got a 5. At first, I thought it was a 2. I was like, no, that's backwards if that were a 2. So it's definitely a 5. We're doing a 3-minute journal. That's hilarious to me. Um, Let me
Oh,
see. Where did I put that? I have. And I told myself to keep it out just in case you needed to see one. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do some 3-minute journals. And I had like 5 of them on my desk 20 minutes ago. Where are they now? Who knows? Not me. Okay. So I have some paper. Let me grab some paper. Desiree, have you seen me make these?
well, I've watched all your videos, but they all kind of like run together. I
I
mean,
know because there's too many.
it's just
It's
so John. So the name of my channel is Include a Thank You, all one word.
okay, y'all. So I did it. I went to Hobby Lobby and got some of their cheap paper yesterday. Okay, don't judge me. Um, I took my daughter as an accountability partner, and she certainly let me know I didn't need any paper at all. But I didn't buy more than I could fit. I have cleared out, I have smashed like a lot of 6x6 this year and a lot of 12x12. So I don't even feel bad about it. All
That's all.
right. So I've got 3 sheets of 6x6 here, Des.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to pick our cover. So I don't know. I like the flowers maybe. So I'll put 2 sheets on my right side. And this is just like a pattern that I created for myself that helps me. Um, but so using 3 sheets of paper, any size, you can make these any size you want.
Uh huh.
I'm going to put 2 sheets on my right side, and the one on top is my cover.
Uh huh.
And then I'm going to put 1 sheet over here on my left. And the reason I separate these out is because I have to cut them differently. Okay. So all I'm going to do is fold my paper in half. So this would be a cute, like, little mini slimline version of the 3-minute journal.
Okay.
Now, I have done these now in a few different ways. We're just going to make like little ones like this, and they can go inside of a junk journal, like a good pocket filler for a junk journal or something, or whatever. But I've actually taken this concept and
Yeah.
combined it with a concept from treasure books. And these large journals that I've made are also the 3-minute journals. But what I did is I created signatures. I ended up putting them, I was able to glue the signatures together and then create like a full size, like regular journal with lots and lots of pages. So, but we're going to stick to the small.
Okay.
No reason to intimidate my very kind friend and guest who I was just like, hey, you want to hang out with me live tomorrow? And she said yes.
I did.
I was like, I don't know what we want to do.
And somebody
Story
already
of my life.
really. I said, okay, all right. So I need 6x6 paper, right? Okay. So let me get my supplies here because I had
Okay.
no clue what we were going to do.
I know. I know.
All
So
right.
get any paper. It doesn't have to be 6x6. You can use any size paper you want.
Okay. Well, here. Look at the BRB. All right. Let's see.
And so if you guys want to grab y'all's paper over there, um, in the chat, all I've done so far is grabbed 3 sheets. It can be any size that you want. Look at that BRB sign. Ah, I'm so jelly. I absolutely love her BRB.
Okay. I picked a paper pad here. Okay. I literally just closed my eyes and grabbed one. All right.
Awesome. That'll work.
And I
This
need
stuff, guys.
3 of them. Okay.
I'll
And
try
what?
to move it out too.
Oh, I like that one. Oh, and I like that
So
one.
like we're forced into this vertical format, you guys, which is really different. I'm trying to zoom out a little bit and I'll try to stay in frame, but it is really different. And yes, you can see my mess. That's even after me cleaning it up a little bit. So
Okay.
forgive me. Hey Carmina, how are you? Vicky, how is retirement? Pam, where are you going out in your I'm crabby t-shirt? That's hilarious. I'm going back to I'm in Illinois visiting. Oh, Delise. Oh, Snapper Girl and her sister Brenda. Oh my gosh. Hey, give her a big hug. And then when she gives you a big hug, that I just wish I could hug you both. That is so cool. Jennifer, my accountability partner did not enable me. She restricted me. She was like, stop. But it's all good because I also bought a little extra to donate to the senior center. I cannot wait to bless the senior center. They have a card making class there, and um, I'm about to donate some things. They're going to get some stuff. So I figured, well, I can also buy them a few packs of paper. Maybe they don't know about the sale or they can't afford it. So looks like Desiree has her random paper that she pulled out and that she's got it folded. So you're caught up, Des?
Yeah, so I just folded it in half. I just remembered what
Yep,
you did.
that's all you have to do.
Okay,
That's
great.
all you have to do. Okay, did you pick your cover?
Yes.
Okay. So what we do next, so on the left, this piece, that's the solo piece, we
Is that
fold it in half.
is
Now
that
we're
the
going to
cover?
fold it the opposite way, but not crease it.
Is that the cover?
Nope.
Oh, so just choose one. Okay.
Yeah,
That
this is just a different random inside piece. It will actually be your back cover, depending on how specific you want to be with your paper.
okay. Y'all are gonna get entertained today.
Okay, so what we do is we fold this one in half the other way,
Right.
but we don't crease it. But what you want to do
Oh,
is make sure that you have it lined up like edge to edge. You want it, so that when you go to make your cut, you are cutting along the line that we had pre-folded.
okay.
Okay. And you're going to leave a gap at the top, at least an inch on these that
Okay.
you're not going to cut through. So, what you're going to do is you're just going to cut along that fold line, the half one that we created first.
Yeah.
You're going to cut along that, but don't cut too close to the top. You leave an inch uncut from that top.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
See,
I folded mine. I creased it, but no big deal. I don't care.
it'll be okay.
It'll be fine.
Okay, so yeah,
So I'm
now
cutting
basically you
from
should
the
have a hole like this in the center of your paper without anything cut at the top or the bottom. just the hole in the middle.
Okay, yeah, look at that. Okay. Ooh. All right.
Okay, you're good? You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So now with the other 2 sheets, what
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna do is cut differently. You're gonna follow that original fold line that we did that cut where we folded it in half.
You're right.
We're gonna cut about an inch from the very bottom and the very top. Just cut about an inch in, and that's it. Just cut along that your original score line, about an inch at the top and the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Oh, thanks, Jill. Jill's just subscribed to your channel.
Oh,
Does
thank you.
Jill? You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Hey, Zinjin, how's it going? Yeah, we're making 3-minute journals today.
Well, they're going to be 15-minute journals today. Just say.
Hey, the first one might be because you're learning,
Mm-hmm.
but then you're just going to be like, I see why she calls this a 3-minute journal. And when I say 3 minutes, that's just like it takes 3 minutes to construct it. It's a no sew, no glue, no fuss journal. And they're like addictive, honestly.
Okay.
Okay, so you got both your sheets. It looks like cut at 1 inch at the top and the bottom.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now what you're going to do does is so if you opened up your 2 sheets, if they're stacked together, and you open them up, you're going to kind of roll that left side onto itself. So you make it like a tube. You're not creasing anything. You're just kind of making it like a tube that you can feed through the hole of that first sheet you cut.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, who came up with this one?
Not me. It was Kelly over at Book and Paper Arts. She's fabulous. She's
Uh,
the one, Desiree, that sounds exactly like y'all have identical voices somehow. When I first found her, it was kind of weird. I was like, does Desiree have an alias? Does she really have a secret paper crafting channel that like it sounded so much like you?
all right. Oh, yeah. Let's see here.
Yep, exactly. Just roll that up and then you fold it down. Now, if you have any issues with the binding, like you should be able to flatten that. But if you can't, then you need to make your hole longer, a little longer, or cut your slits into 2 sheets. You can cut those a little longer, whichever one you want. hmm Now I'm watching the delayed screen of yours.
Well, now, isn't that ingenious?
Isn't it?
That is just ingenious.
I know. It's brilliant.
I am going to just do that, though, because that's going to drive me crazy if I don't. Okay. Well,
Now, sometimes, and I've already trimmed mine off, you get a little bit of paper over here on your spine side that shows through, but
yeah.
I just trim it off flush with.
Okay. Yeah, because that's going to annoy me.
I
Yeah.
know.
You felt that. You felt that
I know you.
through. That was just gonna make me nuts.
Yep. Yep. Oh, look at that. See, I love it with double-sided paper because like you throw like a paper doll on yours, put it in your journal and you're done. Um Just a fun little
That
project. I think it's so perfect for beginners who are probably really intimidated by the pamphlet stitch and all the different bindings. I feel like anybody can make these.
okay, well, guys, thank you so much for dropping by. We are done. I
Uh, uh, uh. Not so fast, does. It doesn't go like that around here.
Ah, too funny.
Okay, do you have any tea dye paper or other paper near
Did
you? Or
did you
scraps? You have
did you
scraps or anything?
seriously just ask me that? No, you're silly.
I
Of course.
felt like you might have.
Yeah, of course I do.
It's a different experience knowing that you can't really see my screen, I don't think, and I can't really see yours. So having to explain it, that was good for me.
Well, I actually, so if I get on my tippy toes, I can see both of us while I'm filming, but I do have my iPad up next to me because I have to see the chat.
Yeah,
I have to
it's
see our
just
poop.
delayed that way.
Got to see your
But yeah.
peeps. Absolutely.
Okay, so here is my expansion. So when I saw Kelly make them, she just made them like this. And, she made, I suggest that everyone check out Kelly's channel. She's pretty phenomenal, I think. And anyway, she made them like this. And, you can add pockets and belly bands and things like that. But then I thought, wait, we can expand these. So from here, once you have this basic construction done, you can take and slide pages in and add more to these. So you can take these, and even if you had, like, depending on the size that you decide to make, and again, you can make these in any size that you choose. You could add envelopes in, all the fun things.
Eh,
Um,
no.
you can add tip ins, to and so you can just slide pieces in, and it's so fun. I like this because it's kind of like a flow journal. Have you made a flow journal, Des?
Nope.
I love flow journals because you can always rearrange things and make them your own. Um, Now, the thing is you're going to be limited when you're putting your pages through the binding that you've created. You'll be limited to the size. But then
Right.
if you do like tip ins and tape pieces in, then you have like more. You can make them full size or whatever. But let's just do this. I'm going to put a fold in mine. But yeah, suddenly these three pieces of cardstock can actually make just a great, cute little journal. If I were to do a craft fair, I would have about 50 of these on my table because I know these would be so successful at a craft fair. People love little things like this, and they're so fast to make.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Um, and sometimes you want the big nice journal when you're at a craft fair. You want the showstopper, but not everybody can have the showstopper, and so they kind of just want something sometimes from that maker. And these, they like these little things. Plus, a lot of times craft fairs are around the holidays and you're looking for a stocking stuffer or a gift for a coworker or something like that, and you don't want to blow your budget on it, but you want to get them something. And again, this is just, I think these would be phenomenal.
No, absolutely. No, people would absolutely love these little things.
Hmm. And so, you could just go to town decorating these, adding in the pockets, adding in the belly bands. Um,
So let
you can do anything and everything to this journal that you would do to a normal journal. You just haven't spent a ton of time building anything, which now, Des, I know you love to build. So, for all of you who maybe are meeting Desiree for the first time in this live today, if you like card making and junk journaling, then you're going to love Desiree's channel. She is a different kind of crafter than me in some ways. Like, I mean, Des, you delight in die cutting, and um, I'm getting back on the wagon of die cutting after years of hiatus. Um, but you delight in die cutting and structure and order. And I delight in pure chaos.
Well, it's I can get out of my comfort zones. Uh,
Mhm.
the I find that aha, got that in. Um, I find that when it comes to journaling, um, or creating a scrapbook album, it slows me down, which is good, at least for me. I think it's good, because there's times where when I do a card, I have no idea what I'm going to do, honestly. So
Mm.
I turn on, I know what I want to use, but I have no idea how it's going to come out. So
Yeah.
filming, it's like, okay, this is on a prayer. We need this. Oh, look at that. That worked. Um, to just have fun with it. Now, for journals, there's not a plan, there's just a theme.
Mhm.
And same thing with a scrapbook album. It has a theme, but for a scrapbook album more so, I have to plan out the pages because I have to measure. I have to know, okay, this is the measurement of the album in height. This is its width. This is how long that page is going to come out. This is where this hinge is going to go. This is where this is going to sit, um, and so forth. So it really does slow me down. And it's a good thing. I mean, we can't just, I'm starting to get on a speaking relationship again with my die cutting machine. Although he knows, my children know what time of the season it's coming in for me, so they're already nervous because
They shudder when you come
yeah,
in the craft room.
they know when I'm starting to go through. I go through my dies and say, okay, this can become an ornament. This can become an ornament because that's what I do in my showcase that I'm in every year. I do ornaments and journals. And they know when the pile starts growing and it just starts going in a basket, they're like, "Oh, she's getting ready. She's we're gonna go crazy again. She's not gonna be kind. She's it's just gonna happen." So
W
yeah,
when I see you work on Scrappy Tells, I'm always like, "Oh my gosh." Like, I think you always, show the potential of, like, really what, uh, all of the dyes can do, and I always love your, like, basically decorative pieces and, home, like, pieces that you your 3D works of art with, Sabrina's dyes.
I love doing that. I love taking our stash and saying, you know what, we can do different things with it. Um, it doesn't have to be just for a card.
That's what I love. And I think it expands for me personally, um, doing things like journals, doing things like what I did yesterday with I took paintbrushes and, um, made altered paintbrushes and, you know, that kind of thing. Like it really, when I come back to card making after doing really different projects, I feel like it unlocks something and, um, it just gives me a break so I can not feel like burnt out or, um, you know, when I was solely just making cards for a while, I got to a point, honestly, where I was like, what's really different here? I mean, I kind of need variety, um, in my creative space.
Yep.
And it is fun to see what you can do with paper. You and I both have, I think, a very similar love for paper
Oh,
specifically.
it is the best medium. It really is the best medium.
Yeah. Yeah.
because there's just so much that you can do with it. Um, it's not limiting, and I believe that we still don't know
All the things.
exactly, yeah, exactly what we can do with it. I always choose black, and I can't say.
Yeah. So, I've been pulling in your stamps. Also, in case people are finding you for the first time, Desiree, she makes. So you're a certified Zentangle instructor,
Yes,
and gosh, how long's it been? Has it been about a year and a half since you started your stamps, or has it been 2 years?
it's it's been let's see, hmm, hmm. So it's been about a year and a half. It'll be 2 full years this fall, but I have
That's
four
what I was thinking.
sections out. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I came out in the fall first.
So she hand draws these stamps that you guys see me using, these Desiree tangles. And they're exclusively sold on her website at includeathankyou.com. A little plug for you, Des.
Oh,
I
thank you.
absolutely love what you do, and it's so unique. There's nothing else like it, I think, in our hobby that hits like your stamps do. They're so like authentically you, and it's just refreshing to have. um, for me, when I because I went crazy and bought all the things for so long that I'm at a point now where I really don't buy much unless I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't have anything like that in my stash.
Yeah.
And I always know your stamps are going to hit that uh, requirement. I already know I don't have anything like it. And I loved this last release because you gave us our foundations. You gave us like the tangled maze, border strips, these that I just used, you guys. And you gave us the circles and the rectangles, and you'd given us the triangles previously. And I just love that. Thank you for blessing us with your talents in our hobby and giving us tangles.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate it. I love to tangle. I think for me it is very relaxing.
It is.
And I felt horrible when, as I was doing it or teaching it or working through something, I'd always hear someone say, "Okay, no, I can't do that." Or they have a physical challenge.
Right.
I'd love to do this, but it's just not going to happen. And I understood that um because when I went through what I had gone through recently, my hands were tremoring and it was making me nuts that I could not do that. So I just thought that this was a way for people to not be kept from the art.
Right.
They have that way of doing that. And that's what I'm all about. No one should ever be kept away from something art wise. Why I ripped that. Everyone should have the chance. Everyone should be able to experience it. Not saying that you'll like it, but at least they can.
Yes. Yeah. And, I've when I've done some of your tangled classes, it's great to learn the tangles, but because I don't practice them regularly or whatever, um, I don't truly learn them. But when I do it, I do find it to be very relaxing. It's very like meditative, which I think is the whole point of the Zen part of Zentangle. You
Yeah.
do kind of get lost in the process.
Yes.
But it's also is kind of intimidating, because there's these different tangles, and if you don't do it regularly, then, there is an intimidation factor there, um, of like, am I doing it right? Or, I find that doing the different tangles, and I know there's specific words, but um, like learning them one by one is brilliant, easy, feels good. But then for me, I find like putting a composition together and figuring out like which tangles to do next and to build something, I find to be incredibly difficult. Or that's intimidating. Maybe not difficult, but intimidating for me.
Very much so. And that was something that when I first started, I did struggle with that. Um, I found that, yeah, the more that I did it and the more that I kept on, I would literally just sit myself down and say, okay, here we go. We're just going to start something like with my BRB.
Mm.
I sat down. I have this huge canvas in front of me. Where's my, never mind. I couldn't find my glue. It was right in front of me. Oh my goodness. Um, but once the BRB got in there, and then I just said, okay, let's put this tangle in here. Let's put this tangle in here. Let's have this one popping out here. And as you keep doing that around, they just start commingling. And yeah, I did. I just put that on upside down. Everyone's saying, Des, you're putting that in upside down. I heard yous. I heard yous. I did. I literally just put that in upside down. Um, so yeah, it starts working. And what we try to do, because what we're used to is either the rule of thirds or composition, or we're planning out something. With Zentangle, there's no planning. You just start doing it. You just start doing these strokes, and they'll all just come together because you're drawing behind. You're um, taking that other tangle and putting it in a section and just keeping it there. So once you can get used to that, to say, okay, this is nothing that's planned, this is just something that you're going to do, then it becomes easier.
Mm.
It does take time though. Yes. I watch all these tanglers and it's like, okay, how did they even come up with that one? How did they do all of those steps? Because I still struggle. It's a challenge when I design the stamps, um, because I can't follow the true Zentangle method. There's 8 steps to it, and there's a process with how you do this. For the stamps to generate that image to become a stamp, you kind of have to forget that and set it aside, because you're you've got to go backwards. And then if I put the graphite or the pencil on it, now I got to start all over again. So it's you gotta yeah, you kind of have to learn it in different ways and all that fun stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah. It's a process and it's an investment of time. And I think
Mhm.
that that's the beauty of your stamp collection is, not everyone's going to give that much time or attention to learning a new thing because we simply don't have it. But maybe we do really love the look of Zentangle and we want to incorporate it into the things that we make. And I think that that's like your stamps are the cheat code for me. So, maybe at some point in my life, I'll sit down long enough to learn Zentangle, but until then, I don't have to worry about it because I have your stamps, and I love that about them, you know? I love that I have it in the palm of my hand without giving it, and I know this is, like, so probably millennial, but, like, I don't actually have to sit and do the work. I just get to stamp it out. Just being honest.
Just throwing that out there. All right.
I get to have the look and have the fun without the work, and, hey, I love that. How Okay, I wanna check in with the chat. Everyone's being extra chatty, and I love that, and, you know how there's no mystery around here that I get behind. So, let me get in there and see what everyone's, chatting about. Talking about tattoos.
Tangles do
Speaking of
make awesome
tattoos.
tattoos. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. I did have somebody come up to me and say, "Can you design me a tattoo?" Yeah, sure. I can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back a little ways here, Des. Speaking of paper, I'm making cards for Paper Ganza with your Gilded Rose. Awesome, Vicky. Hi, Vicky Jensen. Oh yeah, Zenjen. She has so many fabulous stamps, and they're so good that I honestly keep them at my desk off to the side on my craft cart. I moved Desiree's stamps to my craft cart because I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to put these in the drawer. I'm just going to keep them there at arm's reach. Um, so yeah, have fun window shopping and checking those out. Uh, Vicky delivered 2 card orders that totaled 70 cards. Wow. And now
Nice.
you're going home with another order of 13. That's fabulous, Vicky.
That is
Vicky does
awesome.
she sells her cards. She does kind of like craft fairs, I think, and she takes commissions and things like that. She just recently retired. And now
Yeah.
she just gets to pour herself into card making. I'm so happy for you, Vicky. And just like a wee bit jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, I am as well. Yes. My sister just retired. May 2nd was her last day.
Wow.
Oh, and she is loving it. Oh, yeah.
I bet.
Absolutely. She is loving it. Yeah, the vintage photo had to come in.
Of
So,
course.
yeah. Just saying.
Okay. Yeah, Gwen. I agree. She's just saying you're amazing, Desiree at
No.
Zentangle. I agree wholeheartedly.
Well, get ready, Gwen, because in the community, tangles are coming. Yeah.
Woohoo!
I will be getting those rolling through there as well.
Um. Oh, thanks, Flo. Right back at you. Hi, Maddie. Good to see you. Uh, yeah, Vicky has a store in Oklahoma that orders, and her family and friends. So cool. Yeah, so I think, but I feel, hey Bethany, I feel like I need to repeat it. Desiree, I found Desiree in 2017. When I was just getting, so in 2016 I got started in card making, and around 2017, I'm watching YouTube, and mainly I watched Crazy Paper Chick, I watched Jennifer McGuire, and uh geez, I can't even remember her name. Christy Warner. And I watched Desiree, and I always would come back to Desiree, and crazy paper chick too. But I thought Desiree, I used to love to watch her and Sabrina at Scrappy Tales. I used to love to watch their like 5 cards, 1 kit videos. Those were like my jam. And I thought Desiree was one of the most inspirational card makers. And we served together. And so I've always just loved her style and her authenticity and everything. And then we served together on the Scrappy Tales team. And that's how we were united. And it feels just amazing, you know, um, having this friendship with someone who I've admired since I found the hobby. And I have to say, everything that I liked about Desiree before is was very much who she is at the core. And I just love that.
Hmm.
I don't know. I felt like I wanted to share that story. So
And it's been awesome ever since.
it has
It has. It honestly,
such a close friendship.
we can, I think we're at the point now where we feel each other now. So
I know.
when we
It's like,
text, like,
hey,
need to get on a call and talk. I mean, what's going on here? Yeah, I'm feeling
I know.
feeling something going on.
I know. I know. It's so funny. Like the other day, I posted a video where I made 3 cards in different color palettes with your stamps. You didn't know I was going to post that.
I
I
did not.
also didn't know you were going to post a flip through of the journal that you made with my stuff. It was just so like serendipitous. Like, oh, of course we're posting videos of each other's stuff today. It's the day
Yep.
with no planning, no.
Nope.
Yeah, so definitely there is that feeling that connection, that genuine connection. All right, you guys, I'm about done with my first 3-minute journal. Of course, I'll make another one probably. But I had this pre-made ephemera that I made pre like in another video a while. I was wondering if that one won't work. Let's see if these will work. If I want these anywhere on here. So Des, are you how you're into your 3-minute journal a ways now. What do you think?
These are fun.
Aren't they fun?
I still have to map it out though.
None of those worked. Okay. This
I,
is what happens. Do you
you know,
pre-make ephemera, Desiree, or do you just make it as you're making your journal?
I make it as I make the journal. Um, so when it comes to that, I get, I make sure that the pages are in and I figure all of that out. And then I am one to stick with, what I have. So, meaning the base will be, if I'm using a digital, I'm one where I take the digital and I print it down twice because I don't know where I'm going to go. Um, while I plan out the album itself, and is it going to be a hidden spine? Is it going to be a sewn? All of that stuff is figured out. Am I going to sew these pages? Am I going to do this? Once I get through that, when it gets to the pockets, the tucks, the clips, oh my, all of that stuff, um, now I'm just going to basically wing it and say, okay, then I'm going to do this type of a scrappy feel. I'm going to do this type of that. But I want to use what the digital holds
Mm.
and what that has. Now I'll pull in, the Tim Holtz dolls or his botanicals or extra coffee dyed papers. Um, Okay, and stuff like that. I'll pull it in bits and lots of metal. I gotta
Yeah,
have metal that goes on.
heavy metal journals.
Gotta have metal. It's just something that I do. Um, okay, I need to make a band for that because that's what I need to do. Um, so I just stay true when it comes to either the paper pad or the digital. Sometimes I'll pull in my scraps, like for yours, that
Mhm.
I pulled in scraps. But the reason why I pulled in scraps, wait a minute, somebody asked what paper pad am I using? Um, it's this one, Sarah's Story from Paper Rose.
It's beautiful.
I think somebody was asking that. At least I thought, yes, yes. Um, and the reason why I did that is I know who the journal's going to. I
Mhm.
knew that this journal was coming to you. So, okay, yes, you used your paper pad, you used the digital that I forced you to make. And just saying, guys, yes, there was a little bit of arm twisting on that. Yes, there was.
There was.
There was. Um, but when I'm making a journal, I know the recipient. You use scraps. You stamp inside your your journals. You embellish
Mhm.
your journals. You do all of these different things. You add texture and textiles and all of these different components. So I wanted to make sure that that was added into it because again, it's I know the recipient and I want to make sure that I have that component in there. I add tangles because, like I said, it's basically a journal. If you and I had a child, that's what the journal would be. That's what the child would be. Yes, it
That
would.
cracked me up when you said that, and all I could think is if you and I had a child, it would be a little rebel starting a revolution and
Yeah,
yeah.
but there'd be a little bit of grace and elegance. You know, saying.
Oh gosh. Well,
So,
yeah, I like to make journals as gifts for friends and
yep,
family. And, also I make them for the craft fairs and stuff like that. And I know not everyone's a junk journaler. And so I take different people into account when I make journals. If I'm making one for someone, that is always ideal because if I know them well enough, then I feel like I can make something that they'll actually use and enjoy. So if someone's not a junk journaler, I'm going to take it real easy on all the pockets and embellishments and all the things. I'm going to put more writing paper. I'm going to keep it more simple to not overwhelm them. I've said it a couple of times here on my channel. Like my husband looks at junk journals and thinks that they would be like a torturing device if he ever had to use one. Um, that's how he described junk journals. Looks like a torturing device for me. There's just too much going on, right? But that was very insightful having that kind of feedback because when I'm making one for someone who I feel like is more clean and simple, then I keep it clean and simple.
right.
Or if I'm making it for someone who has expressed, "Oh my goodness, these journals you make are so cool, and I would love to have one," then I'll go full junk journal on them. Um, but it is fun to craft and create for the recipient in mind. Hi,
Yeah.
good morning.
Whenever somebody would come up and they contact me and say, "Hey, I really like you to make me a journal." Um, Okay. I always ask them questions. What are your likes? Your dislikes? What's your favorite color? What are you into? What movies do you watch?
Mhm.
Too personal, but then that can, if they come across
Inform your making.
horror, okay, well now you're going to get into the dark side, and we're going to have, oh, that's way too big. But we'll hold that. You all are having fun watching me fussy cut, and you all know how much I hate fussy cutting.
You do or don't like fussy cutting, Des?
I, I am not a fussy cutter. Nope.
See,
Um,
you're not a fussy cutter and I'm not a die cutter. Isn't that
um,
funny?
yeah. I mean, I will do it, and I do it just a little bit more recently, which I think is hysterical. But yeah, no, if I could avoid it, yeah, I'll try to avoid it. But I'm still working on my first 3-minute journal. What do you have? 10 done now? What do you got? Which
No.
see, you're all seeing the difference in creation here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because we're so alike and so different at the same time, you
Yes.
and I.
Yes. There's always some level of planning unless I'm doing my simplicity. The simplicity is when I can really just let it fly.
Just let it go.
Just let it go and just bash through whatever that is. Because I don't want to measure either. Oh, that one's so much better. Okay.
I'm gonna say hi to a few more friends and catch up with the chat again. I want to say hi to Jen. Fiddly Bits. I love that name. Hey there. And yay, cookies. Well, that just sounds wonderful. You don't have to say anything more than yay cookies and I'm on board. Um so we're making, for anyone just joining, first of all, hello, welcome. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. We're so glad you're here. And my guest today is Desiree at Include a Thank You.
Hello.
Is her, and in the description box, I put a link already. So organized. I never do that. To her channel. And so you can go find her. But we pulled a number from a hat to decide what we were going to do today, and it came up with the 3-minute journal. So we're making 3-minute journals here together today. And Desiree and I literally talk for hours. So, you know, y'all are just hanging out with us as we do. So we're just here being chatty and crafty. I hope you guys are having a crafty day too. I'm playing with my Hobby Lobby haul from yesterday. Their paper and ephemera right now is just crazy, marked down crazy prices, like $2.50 for 12 by 12 paper pads, $1.75 for 6 by 6, and their ephemera was like $1.50. So I couldn't stay away. I tried really hard, but I couldn't do it. So, but the good thing is I bought it and I'm using it, and I think that's what's most important, and it's making me happy. So I have no regrets. Zero regrets. But just to catch all up, that's what we're doing today. We're hanging out, we're making these 3-minute journals. And the 3 minutes, I call them the 3-minute journal because it's like 3 minutes to build it, to construct it. But anytime it comes to decorating a journal, well, that takes hours. It can, days, weeks,
And
right,
I'm
Des?
the showing of that because I'm still on my first one. Just saying. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And so that's what we're working on today. I know a few more people have joined us, and I just wanted to catch all of y'all up on that. Um, let's see. I'm reading y'all. Oh, Oh, yeah. Well, Zen and Jen, if you're looking for card makers that we love Des. So definitely, and and many others. Tracy at Not Afraid of Color, one of my favorite card makers. Um, I really there's so many. It's hard to name them all, but
Blank, right? When you're asked that question, I do every time. I can
yeah, it's like,
list
well,
like no
a
tomorrow, but then when I'm
a
in,
hundred names start popping up in my mind. Um, but yeah, well, welcome everyone. Biddy, we're sending a plane, a train, and a boat to ask what paper is Des using? Oh, that's so funny. Well, Des answered that, so you can tell how far behind I am.
I'll just show it again, just in case.
I know it's paper rose, and I don't know anything after that.
Sarah's story.
Sarah's story.
Yes.
I like planes, trains, and automobiles. Bitty penny, bitty penny, bitty penny. It took a while, but we got there. But luckily, Desiree caught that one, I think, more in real time. Dear YouTube, I love Diane. We need a cattle prod option.
Or a dinger when somebody.
It would be nice if, like, somebody was chatting to the channel, like, that we could get a little, like, ding. Someone's trying to get your attention right now. That
Because
would be
times
very nice.
where I just get lost, and there's times where I forget I'm live. So yeah,
I never forget I'm live, but I do just get lost in the process. I get focused, so focused on what I'm doing that it's like, hey, dummy, you should look up.
well, I thought it was funny yesterday. I was watching your live, and I did what everybody else did. We were watching you talk about cards, and then all of a sudden I saw brushes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what did I miss? Because I was sitting the whole time watching the screen. I'm like, I'm not drinking anything right now. I did not sleep. I'm, not, I'm like, what happened? And then I'm like, all right, well, we're just gonna go with it. Yes, we're just gonna move right along.
Welcome to my brain. I
It was
know it's a
awesome.
it's a journey around here, and
It
there's
was
a lot
awesome.
of pivoting that happens. I don't even know how I got to brushes, to be honest. I don't remember how that happened right now. Um, but that was fun. I mean, I had to see it through because you just can't like start altering brushes and being like, and so that's just like a really quick alter. I felt like, girl, you have got to make something out of this because they have sat here and watched you fiddle with these little pieces.
I just thought it was funny. I'm sitting there going, I'm not sure if I missed something.
I think it was Angie who was like, wait, how did we get here?
Right, right. I'm sitting there going, all right, I'm not alone. Like
No, you're not alone.
we were
No.
doing something. Okay, I finished my first one finally. Okay,
Woohoo, let's take a look at it. Show us what you got. I
so
want to see it.
that I did a belly band.
Oh, I thought I saw you making a belly band.
Well, yeah, because that hole staying open like that. Yeah, yep,
Was it
yeah.
going to work for you, huh?
It was not going to work for me. It was not. I folded in some papers. I got some pockets going on here. I fussy cut an image so that that will stick out because I always have to have something coming out.
Mm.
I must have a poof somewhere. And then we got more
Oh my gosh,
pockets.
I love it.
And I just put some pieces of scrap coffee dye papers. Oh, and then I did a double pocket because who can't have a double torn pocket? We need to have that.
I'm gonna put a torn pocket on my one I'm working on. That's a great idea.
And then the fussy cut I did that was too big, and I just made it a tuck and put some scraps.
Nice.
So yes. Oh,
I
and
love it.
your journal.
That's a whole journal.
Your journal. It left yesterday, so it's making the trek.
Aw, it's
So please let me
on
know
a
when you get
journey.
because
I
I
hope
start not breathing when I put it in the mail. I'm just saying.
I know. I hope it doesn't end up like in Puerto Rico, like one of my orders did. One of my orders went on vacation. Um, it was being shipped from New Jersey and it went to Puerto Rico, hung out for a week in Puerto Rico, and we finally got it to Texas.
Oh, good. Too funny. So
Oh
I'm.
my gosh, Des, I love it. Are you going to make another?
I am. I'm going to
Are
be.
you done with me?
No, nope. I'm going to be daring on the next one because you can use any size, right? You can do this in any
You
size.
can make these any size.
Okay. All right. We're going to push the bar.
Do it.
Here
I
we
dare you. I double dog dare you. We have
go. I don't
questions.
know if
What
this is going to
paper?
work.
Oh, Jill.
I don't know if this is going to work, but we're
Hey,
trying.
MG Creative, welcome. You're making some junk journals right now too. Awesome. Commerce alert 911. Wow, the effort that you guys made to get my attention um, is impressive and awesome. Um, and it still took me a little while, obviously. Similar to some mini journals I've made. Awesome. Yeah, they're very fun. These are, and because they come together just so quickly, I'm telling you, they're a little bit addictive and a great way because I've really struggled to use my 6x6 paper, to be honest, for like the last 2 years. I accidentally became a 5x7 card maker and then I make junk journals. So 6x6 paper just felt not unusable, but challenging to use. And then I feel like in the last month or so, I have finally figured it out. And this was just one of the ways that I found as a junk journaler to use up 6x6 paper was to make a bunch of these little journals.
Uh-huh.
But you seriously can make them any size. I'm going to show for anyone who might have missed the journal I showed earlier. This journal is built, and I have this on my channel. I built, I think, two of these at the same time. But this journal is built the way that we're doing these 3-minute journals right now. So it's a no sew, no, you know, this one requires glue because I have multiple signatures in here. But you can take this concept and build a full journal. I'm even skipping pages here just to show you real quickly. But I combined two different people's concepts of journal making and figured out, hey, I can take this 3-minute journal and make it like a big full journal out of it. So lots of fun. Lots of fun. Are you going to use different paper this time, Des?
I am. I dug out a set that I had forever and a day. Um, it's an old alternate. All right, now, okay. So then you said, uh-huh. Okay.
So, Desiree, if people want, and my goodness, they really needed to know where that paper came from. If do you know if that paper is still available and where they can get it?
Oh, the alternate, the one that I'm using now,
Well,
or
the paper rose one that you used
I
before.
I believe it is still available now. Of course, I know it's available on Paper Rose's website. That is in Australia, though. Um,
Okay. Well, we have Australia friends here.
So yes, they very rarely. Matter of fact, I've never seen them discontinue any of their paper
Oh,
pads.
cool.
Um, but scrapbook.com is a good source.
I love
Uh,
scrapbook.com.
for yeah, for their pattern papers as well. Okay, you need to walk me through this. So this is
Okay.
my cover,
Uh-huh.
and then I've got these two. So
Okay, so put
one do
your
I just bend?
cover on the right side with one other piece, random piece. The one that's on your left side is going to be your back cover, by the way.
What do you mean your back cover?
So the back side of the one on your left, that okay, if you turn that page over, yeah, turn that one over again. That right there is your back cover. So you put that over to the left if you like that as your back cover.
Uh huh.
Then on your right side, you're going to make a pile of two papers.
Right.
And the one on top is going to be your cover.
Okay. Okay. So this is the one that I
The
just.
one on the left is the one that you cut up the middle and kind of make your pocket. And your two sheets on the right are the ones that you cut down an inch from the top and up an inch from the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and that you roll up in a tube and put through the pocket hole.
Mm-hmm.
I had to create a system like that for me. I do actually require some order in my crafting, believe it or not. And I needed myself to have an idea. I had to crack the code of like what's going to be my cover. What So I kind of came up with that little system for myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it works for my brain, but you may end up having to create your own.
Nah, I just gotta get used to it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like doing this. All right. And this is the one. How far am I gonna? You're seeing it live, people.
And now we return to our regular program. This has been an alert of the emergency broadcast system of John Pounds. I love it. I love that I keep y'all on your toes too. He is hysterical. Hey Teresa, how you doing? Everybody loved that paper rose. Hey, by the way, Desiree is an ambassador for Paper Rose. She makes content that's exclusive to their channel, right, Des?
I do once a quarter. Hold on here. I'm fighting with my paper. My paper is believing it's going to win. It is not going to win. It's just not. I'm not going to let it. Nope. Here we go. We have now folded it over. Okay. Yes. So every quarter I design and do step-by-step tutorials for scrapbook albums for their paper collections.
Awesome.
Mhm. Yes. They had approached me, and I hated saying no, I can't be on the design team. Um, but we came up with this.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. They are just wonderful people. Absolutely wonderful people. Okay.
It's
Well,
always good, when you really admire a company and their
yeah,
things, and then you get to work with them and you're like, oh my gosh, they're just as fabulous as their product. Like, that's
yeah,
always a good feeling.
yeah. And I like how their pattern papers. They're kind of. They're going to the next level. I do not believe, by the way, everyone, I don't believe this is not available anymore, what I'm using now.
Oh, okay.
This was an Ulta New Pink Fresh collab
Oh, yeah.
from 2020. Yeah,
Wow.
it was from 2020. Yeah, if I remember, this came with stamps and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. 6x6 paper pad. So, that's something I'm curious about.
So tell us, what are you making
Oh,
a 12 by 12 version now?
yes, I did, and it's folded. Yes,
Awesome.
I'm doing a little
Okay.
wiggle dance in the background there. Yep. That's what I'm doing. You just don't see it. Yes. Okay.
Nice. Well, now I want to make one. I think I'm just about done with my
Your second one. Go ahead. You can say. Go ahead. Go ahead.
with the one I'm working on
Oh. Okay. Okay.
with
Yeah.
with
That
my
made it sound
current.
better. Yeah. Okay.
It's not a race.
You just wait. Next time you're gonna do die cutting.
There we go. Yeah, then, I'll be on for about 30 minutes cuz
We
explicit language is
die
not
cutting
allowed.
work. That's all.
Oh my goodness. I am making peace with die cutting. First of all, I put my favorite die cutting machine back to its original plate, sandwich plate situation. So that's resolved. My big one is working. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I was able to get my Gina K, or maybe it was the day before, to work and run a die. So I think I've made peace finally and we're good. Um, I have struggled with die cutting since I became a card maker because I didn't know what I was getting when I got the Sizzix big kick instead of the big shot. And it took me like a year to figure out I was not using the right machine. That was back in 2016 that everybody else was using and having total success. Um, then there were a lot of other um, unfortunate events in my die cutting journey, but I think finally we've cracked the code and I'm good. Maybe. With any luck at all. That statement is true.
Ah,
Ah,
that was funny.
but
Absolutely.
yes. Hey, I had die cutting. I had Scrappy Tails on our list today. It could have happened. But the universe said, "No, did Desiree just say she can't make a 3-minute journal? Oh, let me show her that she can."
Ah, that's all right. Next time I could also have you make a journal the way I make a journal.
Oh, yeah, I can. And I'll love it. That's the thing. Is like it's worth the effort. It is. It is worth the effort and the time that you invest. And I know that about things. I know I'll love it and cherish it, but sometimes, I'm just not fully invested in the process.
I just think it's great that we can take, and that's for, anyone that. How does that go together? I really need to figure out how that construction just works. Okay. Just mumbling amongst myself. I'm like really determined to figure out how that just works. Oh, look at that. That comes out that way. Oh, now isn't that fun? Okay.
Tell us.
This could be dangerous. I'm just trying. Okay, so this is my brain as well. I am not an engineer, but I want to know how things work.
Mhm.
I need to know, okay, if I do this and put this together, what is this going to do?
Mhm.
So that's what I'm trying to do this. It's like, okay, now how did that become the cover, but yet that's the back, but yet when I slide this through, that comes to the front. So yeah, don't I'm just talking out loud. Moving
Yeah,
on.
no, I feel like Desiree, now that we've broken the ice and we've got you on the 3-minute journal train, you're going to play with this all weekend and you are going to figure some things out about it that I haven't even figured out about it. Yeah, I totally feel like that's going to happen.
I mean, I'm definitely in the world where it needs different papers.
Uh-huh. I
So
agree.
I've pulled in, so the Altenew papers were a little heavier. You can hear that. They were just heavier, where this is just paper. This is,
Mhm.
like
Exactly.
copy paper, and that really works.
Yep.
So yeah.
No,
So
they're so much fun. They really, really are. Now I want to make a big one.
yes, I know you're on your okay.
Whatever. Who's counting? I'm not counting. Let's see. I am looking for paper clips though. I need to refill my paper clip jar. I need to add that. I just need to do it. Let's see.
All right. So now if I go there, where does this come out on the other side?
Whoops. Don't mind me. All right, just knocking things down.
Okay. That. Good.
All right, I need to check up with everyone because otherwise we could be missing a very important question. There could be a 911 Mayday alert going out. Don't pull out any more paper, Desiree.
Oh, okay. Sorry. This
Let
is
me catch
not
up on
even my
everyone's comments.
my flappy paper here. It's not available. I mean, this was recollections. Oh my goodness. I think this is when I got this when I first started. Yeah,
Awesome.
we're talking like up 2012. Yeah. hmm I'll say that again. 2012.
Today it says less perfection, more authenticity. Put that on the front of my journal.
Your journal's
Okay.
name authentic.
And no perfection required for me in my process. Also, I wanted to show y'all these. Found these at Hobby Lobby yesterday. Look at these, Des. Have you ever seen these before? They are mini, little mini adorable ink blending tools. They're so adorable. They're minis. Let me get out a regular one so you can see the scale and size, the difference of how many these minis are. Look, this is a regular one, and this is the mini. I bought these to pack in my go bag because I was like, "Ooh, now I can ink blend on the go because it'll be so easy to pack these." But I also now I just want one for my craft room too because I think these are going to be fun to use, aren't they? I know. I paid full price. I was like, "No, I just have to have them. I don't care." So, um, I wanted to share that with everyone because these are new to me. I hadn't seen the minis before, and I really like them. Those are a Timmy thing. Ah, okay. If I keep up with him, I'll go broke. Have you seen his new? And speaking of, you got him. The new embossing folders he did, the big ones? I know, but they're big. I mean, they're 6 by 8. I know, it does. I was like, "Oh, I got it." And then I was like, "Wait a second. Wait, what size are those?" And I did some investigation. They're 6 by 8, girlfriend. As a 5 by 7 card maker, I need embossing folders that are big enough for a card front sometimes. So, yeah.
And yes, and I love them for journals. Mhm. Yep.
Have an I want it all bundle where you can get them all. I'm just saying. Sorry.
Very good with my shopping. Um, just like you say, it, I am very selective. Um, I mean, I used to be horrible. Okay, so that is interesting. So that kind of shows me how that works. Look at that. Who knew? Get the heck out of here. This is ingenious. Whoever came up with this idea.
It's cool because she kept it pretty basic, but then as soon as I started playing with it, I was like, "Oh, oh." And now you're playing with it and you have new O's, and
I do have
yeah,
a
it's really
new
cool. I just got some of my new 12 by 12 paper out. $2.99 for this paper pad.
yeah, paper will
And
always be my weakness.
I know, exactly.
Um, but even still, I've been doing better with that.
Yeah, I've really been smashing my stash. I mean, it look, I bought paper yesterday, and I bought, I think, 4 12 by 12 pads, and then I don't know. I didn't even really count the 6 by 6, but plenty. But I have smashed so much of my stash that I still have space on my shelf. So I didn't buy more than I've used this year, and I'm using it. So I feel fine about it. Oh, I'm glad he's opening the vaults. You did get him?
Hmm.
I didn't. I was a good girl. I may regret it later, but I didn't do it. Hey, Linda Tomlin, I have Miss Desiree at Include a Thank You on with me today,
Hello.
and glad you're here. And Carmina, did I say hi to you, Carmina? I felt like I did earlier. Oh my gosh, Desiree, this is huge.
Right? Look at that. I mean, I can't. It's just barely fitting in there. And then
Huh.
pocket insert. I figured out. Okay, this is how this thing's working. Because yeah, I need to know. So now that I know, I'm fine. Okay. I'm feeling if we can get to a third one, me, meaning me, I'm already on your third. I'm feeling the Christmas one.
Ooh, Christmas. Yeah. See, these are, you guys, please, you've got to give these a try. They are so fun. Once you start, you can't stop.
No, no, no,
And
no.
it's such a good way to smash your paper stash, you know?
Well, and here I didn't want to rip that one. What I'm liking about the 12 by 12
Well,
is I've got room.
oh, yeah, you got plenty of room. I'm thinking I'm
I
going to cut mine down. Yeah.
7x7 card maker. The bigger, the better. Um, I just want to have real estate because, again, I don't know what I'm going to do. And here I just keep adding paper. Um, so here I'm able to have bigger pages. I'm able to have, I don't want that one to be lit. I need something. I'm just able.
I couldn't handle it. It was going to be too much for me. I couldn't hang. My video seems frozen on YouTube, but not for you and
Mm,
me.
people are
Sorry,
saying
guys.
there's glitchy problems.
Bye, Vicky Reuter. I'm sure she's long gone. Um, Oh, Bethany is designing her first paper release. Hi, Tanisha. Where did you buy it from, Biddy? I all the paper I'm using today I got from Hobby Lobby yesterday. They're having a ridiculous clearance right now. Enabler alert. And so that's where all my paper came from. This 12 by 12 is called Meadow Grace. It was $2.99. And then the other ones I used, oh boy, let's see. I used the 6 by 6, which is called Bright Floral. And I think I used this one. No, that one's not open, so I clearly didn't use that one. Um, oh, I used the smaller Meadow Grace, I think. Anyways, so that's where the paper is all clearanced out at Hobby Lobby right now. And that's what I used on. I'm doing florals on all three of mine, and I got the ephemera that kind of matches it. Um, that was clearanced out as well. So there you go, Tanisha. How you doing? How are you and Sonia? Hope y'all are doing good. Okay, so we're doing the 3 minute journal. There's like at least 4 videos on these kinds of journals on my channel. But that's what we're making today. And I think this is going to be my cover. This will go inside. So the construction, just for anyone who's just joining, I want you to see how simple this is. I take 2 sheets of paper, put it to the right, with the top one being my journal cover. So I know when I'm done putting it together, this is going to be the cover of my journal. And then I just pick any other random page that's going to be on the inside of the journal. Then to the left, this is going to be this sheet right here, the back side of it is going to be the back cover of my journal. And I like these two together. I think that'll be really nice. So I'm going to put this sheet to the side. I'm going to cut these 2 stacks of paper differently. So the one sheet singly over to the left, I folded it in half. Now I'm going to fold it the other way, but not crease it. I'm just folding it so I can get that seam together, making sure all my corners are lined up. And I've got that center seam matched up here. Everything's lined up. Right here, just kind of pinch it if you want to. And then you're going to cut right up the center fold that you had creased previously. And you're going to stop. Don't cut all the way to the end. Leave yourself about an inch, inch and a half right there, so that what you're creating is a little pocket. That's how I keep referring to it. So you have like a little pocket cut right there. Okay. That's it. All right. Set that to the side. That piece is done. The 2 pieces right here, you take and you can cut them at the same time. You don't have to do any weird folding or anything. Here, you're just going to cut up about an inch, inch and a half. If you find that your journal's not folding very well when you put it together, you can come back and make this cut a little longer, and that usually fixes it. But I never change the cut on this piece here because that's the integrity of your journal right there. Okay. So then you take these pieces, you roll them, particularly just this left side of your paper, and you stick it right through that hole you created. And fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. Be gentle. Don't want to tear anything. And there you have it. You've created a journal. It is simply that easy. I don't even know if really that takes 3 minutes, but I call it the 3 minute journal. And if it takes you 15, that's okay too, right, Des? Yeah, it's fine. Fine. So there's the full um, moment of like our construction. I know we're into our third ones, but like, you know, okay. I know we've made a few of these so far. I just wanted to explain it for anyone who's just joining us. What if I've never put a pocket on the cover of my journal, and I'm going to do that today. I'm going to take this piece. This is the cutoff. So I cut mine down. I'm using 12 by 12 paper. I cut it down to 8 by 6. Well, 8 by 12, and then, folded at 6 on the 12-inch side. These pieces are still together. I'm going to take and put this on that front cover. I'm going to create a pocket on the front cover of this little journal. And then I'm going to have a pocket on the inside too. Oh my gosh, this is new for me. You froze this time,
You
but
all,
she's still, and we look fine on my side of things.
if I look at where we're filming, we're fine.
Right,
I'm moving,
right.
but on YouTube, yeah.
Uh oh. Well, guys, she'll come back just like I did.
Oh, now I'm seeing myself move on YouTube.
Yeah, there's some kind of lag. Sorry, guys. I don't know what that is.
Did you all miss me? We're you're just missing the entertainment, I'm sure. Were you able to hear me when I was frozen?
Uh oh. Hold on. Yes. Well, I mean, I could. I don't know if they
Well,
could.
yeah, because yeah, again, being nosy. So yeah, that's what I did. I put a pocket in the front, but I have a little piece in the front as well.
Oh, yeah. You have a different kind of. Oh, right.
And then I did that pocket there.
Okay.
So what I need to remember with these, and guys, use caution. Don't get
This is
carried away
cool.
with papers.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but we came at pockets two totally different ways.
Yes.
That is so cool. Sorry, go ahead.
So they could not hear me at all when I was frozen. So, okay.
Oh,
So yeah, so I kept on adding 6, and then I have that flip, and then as you flip, I have another flip of pocket, and then I have another 6, and then I have another pocket flip. So yeah,
I like
yeah,
it.
it's very floppy going on here. Okay, all right,
A lot of flips and
a
flaps.
lot of flips and flaps, and now I'm just having fun adding some my ephemera. Got to have some butterflies and stuff like that.
I'm trying to pick where my next pocket's going to be. I think it's going to be right here. I'm going to use these cut off strips that I did. I'm glad I folded them first. So, just to recap here, because we're totally making this up as we go along. Um, what I did is I took my 12 by 12 paper and I folded it in half. And then I cut it to 8 inches so that it could be an 8 by 6 journal. And I'm glad I did it that way because now I have these math 4 by 6 or 4 by 12 strips that are folded in half, and they're becoming the pockets. This is cool. I haven't done this with the 3 minute journal yet.
Yeah, I'm just, making my paper upset. What now? Why can't I not get that in there?
Okay, I need to catch up with the chat again.
All right, that's going to go away.
Flow, no.
Right?
Cool Johnny on Craft Roulette. John Pounds has become Cool Johnny on Craft Roulette. I love it, John. Cool Johnny. Oh my gosh. Oh, Angie's been listening while doing adulting things like cleaning a bathroom. Bless your heart, Angie. I hope that wins you lots of craft room time later. There's a lot of things I'd rather do besides clean, but mainly craft.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Nope. That is my weekend. I told the hubs, I am not doing anything, but I am in my room. That's it. That's
Nice.
There is nothing else that's going to go on. Nope. Mm-mm. I've got
Okay, you guys. So I have this other bit. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Des. But I have this other bit here that I didn't want to make a pocket. I'm just going to turn it this way because it's non-directional paper. And I'm going to make a flap with it. So I can make it a pocket too. Let me think about where I want to glue it. I'm going to glue it. Put my hand on the side I don't want to glue. And I'm going to glue on 3 sides. And now I'll have like a flip up and a pocket for this page. This is so fun. I'm glad we moved into the bigger size. Thanks for inspiring that transition, Des.
Absolutely.
I just can't hang with your big 12 by 6. But yeah, now this piece will flip up and it has a tuck back there. So I got a pocket. Hey, Ann Ryan. Hi, Brian. Let's see who else has popped in, or do we have any other questions? Oh, Linda, you can totally do this. I think this is the easiest journal I've ever made or seen, to be honest. Um, you can I think anybody can do this. And I love that all it requires is scissors because you can always fold any size piece of paper in half yourself. And then all you need is scissors and you have a journal. You need paper and scissors. You don't even need glue. Um, so talk about minimal supplies. Oh, Vicky Jensen. Happy birthday. It's her 25th anniversary of her 49th birthday. How
That
sweet.
is awesome. Yeah.
I won't do the math. Don't worry, Vicky. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh, that.
Hi, Yvette. How you doing? Oh, Norma struggles so much with die cutting. At least I'm in good hand or I'm in good company. Let's see. I'm gonna do a little more catch up, Des.
Okie okie.
Um Oh, Norma had 3 machines and had problems die cutting with all of them. I know.
I've honestly never had a problem. I just.
So Sharon said, "I like how tucking that fold in the cover changed the overall look and the spine binding. That's a game changer for her."
The
Yeah,
same.
I'm sorry. Uh, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no, no.
You're cracking Cheryl up, though.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm only on my second and she's on her third.
No, no one's counting. We don't do math around here, Desiree.
It's all right.
Tanisha says, I'm so happy to start out my day like this. Look at those mini little ink blenders. I love them. I know, Tanisha. Aren't they adorable? Where'd she go? I disappeared. That was when I think that's when I went frozen, or that was when you, oh, we can't hear Desiree. That's when you went frozen. Looks like she's talking to the table. Can't hear Desiree. Okay, she's back. They thought you left. They're like, okay, she's just out of here.
Oh my goodness,
She's
no! I would never, ever, ever do that. Do y'all believe that?
I'm pretty sure we landed on the one thing you probably didn't like. Not that you didn't want to do it, but maybe the one thing where you're like, I'm not sure about that whole 3-minute journal business.
I wasn't. I'm getting into it now because here comes the
I know. You
here
were
comes the
forced.
metal. It's coming in.
Ah.
Okay, that one I think I'll glue down. There's just a lot of real estate to do in this one.
Oh man. You know why I couldn't handle that one, Des? Because I have a cluster book that I made out of 12 by 12 paper, and I just folded it in half, and I struggle to store that cluster book in as many places as I want to because I kind of dash things here, there, everywhere.
Right.
And I was like, if I make a 12 by 6 journal, like what am I going to do with that? How am I going to ship it? How am I going to I can't facilitate such a large journal.
See, I get paranoid every time I have to ship one of my journals. Every time.
Yeah,
So
worried that it won't make it.
yeah, like I did a few firm verbiage discussions with the hubs because I needed him to drop it off at the post office.
Oh,
So
nerve-wracking.
he was fully made to understand this must get there. I want a receipt. So yeah, I get paranoid, but it's easy to ship any journal. It's just a trip to get it back out. I always give directions to people when I sell a journal. I'll email them back and say, okay, this is how you get it out of the box.
Right.
Grab
Yeah,
this
you
and
do
this that's sitting
securely ship.
and just lift straight out. Lift straight out. You'll be fine.
After you've invested so much, I mean, I'll make a journal in a live and I'm like, cool, done. But you really invest a lot of time in it. So I totally get it.
Well, there's a time in yours as well. Do not diminish. No diminishing. We do not diminish.
No.
My goodness. No diminishing. Okay.
Let's see. I like this just create. Let's put this on here.
All right. Now, what do I want to do? Okay. These need to be glued down. I think I glued down this. I'm all excited. I know probably no one else will be, but I am all excited. Tracy Fox announced her creep on June. Oh,
Oh, she did?
she
Are
did.
her printables out?
Yes, they are. And
Awesome.
it's all Poe themed. Yes.
Cool.
Oh,
That's right up your alley. That's
yeah.
cool.
All
I'll
excited.
never forget my first Poe was, I think, in 7th grade lit class. And um, the thumping heart and the baseboards, just
Hmm.
like, I was like, oh my gosh. And then that reading, what is that one? Telltale Heart? Is that what
Yep.
it's called?
Yep.
Um, After reading Telltale Heart, I was like, I ended up getting stuck on like Mary Higgins Clark, and like it unlocked a whole genre of reading for me because you come out of elementary and you're coming out of that kid and adolescent phase into the like teenage vibes and stuff, and it's like, ooh, seventh grade teacher really unlocked a door for me here.
Mm, always loved Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, that'll be right up your alley.
Yes, I just got to figure out what I'm going to do. Got to figure out how I'm going to do that one. Because I have to look. I know she made the announcement. I screamed with glee.
Joy.
I did. There was a little bit of glee. And of course, I woke up, the hubsy's like, "What are you doing?" Well, I'm just excited. So,
Oh, just paper crafting. Don't mind
yeah,
me.
he gets worried. And and then he just shakes his head and walks away. um but yeah, I just got to look at the digitals now to see, okay, how did she, I know it's based off of one of his novels. So I don't know if she's got this a running theme to it. So I just
Mm,
like, is it envelopes? Is it this? Is it that? So
that's cool. Well, I'm sure you're gonna have a really good time with that.
I am. It's the little things that.
Bring us joy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I concur. I agree.
All right. Now, okay. Now, where did the second half of the sun go? There.
Someone said you were gonna need a hot cup of tea because you were frozen for so long.
Uh,
Zenjin said that. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to miss some comments. Not too many, but I'm just going to go to where now I'm fully caught up, y'all. Bye, Zenjin. Take
have a good
care.
one.
Okay. What do we put on I've never had a pocket on my cover before. So now I'm like, okay, maybe a big tag. Maybe a big tag.
It's a great. Oh, that's okay. We can clean that up. It's a great way when you put a pocket on your covers,
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing. It is a great way that your focal point that you put on the cover can be interactive.
True. Yeah.
So, like with your pocket, since it's going straight across, all right, what I would do is create a. So let's say this is a big tag. It's a little skinny, but if you create it and if you have it folding in the back or a mechanism,
Mm-hmm.
you could, let's say this is your pocket. You could take the back side and put it in the pocket, but yet the focal point would be totally on the top. Like,
Yeah.
and then you would be able to, that the recipient can then pull it out, secret journal, and then put it back into the pocket.
I like this.
See, I'm getting you there.
I like this. I'm going to trim it down a little bit more. This is fun. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you guys will try. Desiree, what would you recommend? You think people should try this?
I do. I
Yeah.
really do. And again,
It
push the limits. See what you can do.
yeah, like
That's
don't stop where we've started cuz I'm doing things today with it that I haven't done with it before. There's always something new. Are we both just being quiet or are we frozen?
No, we're not. No, we were just
Okay, we're just being quiet.
we're
That
giving,
never happens.
we're giving our viewers some peace. This is a moment, you know, just relax. You
When
know.
my kids hear Desiree's voice, they're like, "Well, mom will be on the phone for 3 hours."
My hub says that to me. He goes, "So you're done for the night?" Yep. See ya.
I'll never forget the first time I talked to Desiree on the phone. It was like that. Like our conversation was so long, and all I could think is she's never going to answer my call again. She is never going to talk to me again. I think I just had my whole conversation with Des and she'll never speak to me. She's probably blocked me by now
Oh my god, no.
because our first conversation was so long. And then I realized after our second conversation, no, this is just I've met my match. I've met my equal here.
Oh yeah, we could. Yeah. So probably if we would ever decide to do a marathon, yeah, we would have to do that together
Yeah,
because
we can keep each other going.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
totally
think by
agree.
the end it would be very interesting.
Well, this is kind of turning into a marathon, a marathon of 3-minute journals.
Come here to learn how to do a 3-minute journal in 30
In
minutes.
3 hours.
Too funny.
How's everybody doing out there? Are
Yeah.
you guys doing well? Are you staying hydrated? Do you have your snacks? Hi, Auntie Sue. Welcome, welcome. Paula, no, they had no directions. My son bought them at Pop Shelf because they were 50 for 70% off. What did Paula's son buy at Pop Shelf? Now I need to know.
I was looking at the same comment.
Has anyone in chat used the sheets of silver leaf? Cheap stuff, not expensive. I need hints for adhesive to use them. Des, do you want to take that one?
What?
Go right ahead.
So you're talking about those thin silver like gold leaf sheets and that type of stuff? Let's see here. Okay, has anyone okay, I see the comment. Has anyone in the chat used the sheets of silver leaf? Okay, so Paula, yes, it is awesome stuff to use. You could use it two different ways. You could actually use it like you would gilding flakes. I don't know if you've ever used those, but if you get a glue um that like the Tombow mono glue, the white and green bottle, if you put that down, like you can write with it and then you just let it dry, it's still tacky, but it's dry. You can put that over it, just rub it and it'll stay there. So that's one way to use it. There is also special adhesive that you can get off of Amazon. Unfortunately, it's a two-part adhesive, meaning you put the adhesive down on your paper. Let's say it's paper first, then you put your silver leaf, and then there's a coating that you can put on top of it. So those are the two different ways that you can use silver leaf sheets. I hope that, and I hope you're still there.
Yeah.
Get that on the replay.
I wonder if you could do something with embossing too. Like I wonder if you could use embossing powder,
No,
put the silver. No, you don't think so?
no, that would cause a little bit of smoke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't do that, Paula.
You
Don't listen
don't?
to me because I actually don't know. I mean, I use those Nouveau. I use gilding flakes,
Yeah.
and I use them with glue, wet glue, just regular
Yep.
PVA that I use for everything,
Hmm.
or double-sided tape.
And that's how I would use those
Ooh,
silver.
I just thought of something. You know that um, those sheets of double-sided tape that you can like die cut from Sizzix?
Yep.
You could do like an intricate die with some of that, and um then rub on the silver leaf and have like
Yes.
a metallic. That would be cool too.
And then I would just put a thin layer of Mod Podge over it. What those little sheets will do, and I know what sheets, they're great. They are absolutely great. Um, but what they'll do is you could actually take your nail and scratch it off. So if you just put a thin layer of Mod Podge on it, it'll stay there forever. And it'll look absolutely gorgeous. And it won't change the look of it. So hope that helped.
Yeah, glad you took that one. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I kind of had no
If
choice.
anyone else has any difficult questions, now's the time to ask while Desiree's here.
Oh my goodness.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
There's always a way to do everything. Absolutely. But yeah, I found out the hard way with the smoke. It was kind of funny. All right, now.
Oh, yay. My cover's done for the most part. I mean, I could always come back and add more, but fun, fun, fun. I like this.
Yeah, I think I have to add to this just a little.
Oh, good. Paula doesn't even have an embossing gun. Well, I'm glad, Paula. Saved us from having any problems. Um,
All right, now I'm not going to be able to get these back into my drawer. That's all right.
this is all my journals today have been flower-tastic,
Okay, get that in there.
which just flowers just make me happy.
Now,
A burst of hearts. Thanks for all the hearts. I need to have Beth from Happy Place Crafting on. Now, I don't think, you guys, I haven't seen focusing problems today. There's something about like if I'm hosting a live, I don't have the problems, but if I'm on someone else's channel, I do. Isn't that weird? I don't know what that's all about. Yes, to the epic use of flowers. Yeah, Flo. It's been a very floral day on my desk, which just makes me so happy. A little flip up spot here. Moving on. Des, I
yes,
like what I'm seeing.
I just.
I like it very much.
Oh, I don't think I glued that one down. Oh, we should probably glue that down. Oh my goodness.
want to put a sheet right there. I have just been going through my tea-dyed paper at lightning speed this time.
That's one of my goals this weekend is to spend a day coffee dyeing papers.
Yeah,
I'm
I did that recently.
hoping I get to it.
Are you going to be live tomorrow, Desiree, on your channel?
I am.
Cool. What are you going to work on?
I have absolutely no idea.
Cool. I
Yeah.
know how that goes.
Yep. I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
Yep. I do not.
Well, it'll be great. Whatever you choose.
I don't know because I finished your journal.
Thank you.
So I don't know if I'm going to start. Yeah, I'll probably start another journal. I just have no idea which one it'll be. Yeah. I have no idea. All right. I need a flower stick. And I just put my flowers away. Why would I do that?
So hey, Zal Storm. Um, you're saying Zal's working on ATCs, but feels stuck because she doesn't feel like she has the right sentiments.
Well, I'm bad to answer that only because to me, you don't have to have one.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
ATCs are so much fun, though. I almost put that on our list of things for today. But then I was like, I don't know if Desiree makes ATCs. I don't know if you like to make ATCs.
For me, an ATC is a journal card.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I will do that. But yeah, very rarely. It's usually just because to me there's. But then again, they're little mini collages. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I typically make ATCs just so I can trade them. So I can give them away and trade. Like when I like going to Paper Ganza, I'm trying to make like 150 ATCs. So quite literally everyone I meet can have one if they want one.
They make
Leave no
great
one out.
cards.
So yeah, I like to use them to trade when I go to like a scrapbook expo or Paper Ganza or whatever.
They are. They're the perfect, absolutely perfect business card.
Yes, they are that as well.
Yep. All right. Now I need to go. Where do? No. Hmm.
Things
Mm-mm.
that make you go,
Yeah. Yes.
Hi, Gloria. Hey, Happy Mail giveaway. What is an ATC? You know what? I actually get that question a whole lot. So, there are no silly questions or bad questions. An ATC is an artist trading card. Um, and they are made to trade, typically. So, like, if you're, like I was saying, going to a meetup, a swap, or, whatever, you can make, they're 2.5 by 3.5. And you can make up, I have some, I'll show you. Um, make them up. You put your information on the back if you want to, and then you can trade them with others. And the reason that they're made a specific size, which is like the international standard, is because a lot of people do trade them and you can put them in sleeves like what you would put. They're the same size as like baseball cards or trading cards. And so you can put them in like sleeves or holders, things like that. Let me get some out. I have some. If I can get to them is the question. I mean, they're blocked by other cards, but let me get to them. Des, if you want to share what you're working on, your process, talk us through what you're doing. I'll dig for these ATCs.
Oh, so I've got a 6x6 here. I'm just really just having fun filling, like I'm making my paper dolls look like they're sitting on the pocket. And then I'm just using some of the 6x6 papers to either create a pocket or a tuck, because I got a lot of real estate going on here. So, but I also am trying to find things that I can stick out. I like to have little poofs. Poofs are awesome, and they just add something small to your journal. So this I'm making a tuck. Um, so usually I say a tuck only has glue on 2 sides, where a pocket has glue on 3 sides. But a tuck can also have glue on 1 side. So if you take a piece of paper, did I just glue that? Yes, I did. If you just take glue on 1 side and just put a bead of glue down, that creates a tuck as well. And we'll have to put something there so it doesn't stick. Watch what we're gluing, because we do that too. So this is a tuck. You can actually tuck something in there and it will stay.
Nice. I like that gent sitting there.
Okay, it looks like he's sitting on the pocket. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, I like
And then
him.
I have our fancy gent there. And then I put a woman sitting on a pocket.
Nice. Hey, Devin, Yolanda, how you doing? So these are some ATCs that I've made for the upcoming event. So when I make my ATCs, I like to start with a 12 by 12 piece of paper because I can get 12 ATCs from it. And there are lots of videos on my channel. This one you can see like this is what I put on the back of mine. So it just has like my website and that I'm on Instagram and YouTube. And it has glitter fairy because that's a term, a craft roulette term. But see, even though they're all kind of the same, each one is different. Sometimes you can number them if you're doing like a series. Like this would be kind of considered a series. So you could do 1 of 12, 2 of 12, 3 of 12. If you're really artsy. I don't bother with that, but you could. So here's some more glitter fairy, and these are some fairies. And by the way, Zal, when you were talking about you need sentiments, I really like a lot of the sentiments from, um, oh boy, and I always want to say it wrong, but oh, now I can't think of her name. Oh, shucks, that happens. But on Etsy, oh, collage. It's not Lodge Critters. Oh, anyways, Sweet Pea
Cal-
Curiosities also has some really cool sentiment printables. Um, and these fairies are from Sweet Pea Curiosities. So some actual fairies for the glitter fairies. So that was a series of 12 that I did. And then I had one where I just used my scraps. Art Must Take Reality by Surprise. Loved that one. In the dictionary, art comes before housework. Woohoo! Creativity is not a competition. Art is what happens when you dare to be who you really are. To create one's own world in any of the arts takes courage. Art is the only way to run away without leaving home. Let your soul art out. No, let your art out, sorry. Wear your wings. And so these were just made with scraps. But anyways, those are ATCs. Um, and I'm stacking them and piling them up, and I have a long ways to go before I hit my number. Thank goodness um, Paper Ganza isn't happening till the end of July. Also, I saw the comment. Who said it? Uh, Linda Gorman said she thought the ATCs would be perfect, and they are for the little journal I made yesterday, which journal may be an overrated term for this, but it's the Pantone postcards, and I just punched holes in them and put rings in them. And now I have like this little collage journal. I can journal on this side, collage on this side on the Pantone colors. I saw a video yesterday and I couldn't even make it through it. It was so frustrating for me. Somebody was like, um, TikTok has ruined journaling, and they had like all these opinions about what's not journaling. And it really frustrated me. And like I said, I couldn't even make it through the video. I made it about 2 minutes in, and I was like, first of all, who made you the authority on what journaling is? And it is art journaling that they're doing. And for me, it was just like, why are you saying that this is not journaling or that is not journaling? I don't think it's our place to say what that is. And if other people are finding joy in it, who are we to tear them down and saying that they're ruining journaling for everyone because they do it different? Oh, I was so upset, you guys.
You really should not click on those types of videos.
No, no, I shouldn't. I did not leave a comment. I wasn't mean or anything, but I just, I don't think it's for any of us to say things like that. Uh, let journaling be what anybody wants journaling to be. If they want it to be putting a bunch of stickers in a journal and they want it to be aesthetic, then that's what it can be. It can
Yep.
be anything you want it to be. I subscribe to the No Rules Club. I'm a card carrying member of the No Rules Club.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways.
Sometimes people don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
That's the best way to say it.
Yeah. I was not enjoying that at all. At all. I understand the need for some to categorize journaling, like art journaling or junk journaling if you're only using junk, or I understand the need to categorize things.
Right.
That I do get. But to say that one style of journaling has ruined journaling was such a bold move, and one that I can't get behind, because I think it can be anything you want it to be.
Yep.
And sometimes you teeter on many different categories, so you don't even know how to categorize it sometimes.
Right. Right.
Because you're pulling a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and maybe you're doing something that nobody else is doing, and so you don't have a term for it. There's a fly that made it in here. They're so annoying. Anyways, there's no rules, y'all. I'm here to tell you. And if you're journaling, there's no way you can be running it for everyone else. Like, follow your bliss. That's what I would say.
Yeah. I mean, just because you're not writing, I hope that didn't stick.
Right.
Doesn't mean you're not journaling.
Right.
You're journaling something.
You're recording a story through visuals, or
Exactly.
you can journal without words. You can
Exactly.
capture concepts and capture ideas or the imagination without saying a word. Just like how you were saying, well, I don't even feel like I need to put sentiments on a card,
Yeah.
because you feel like it doesn't need it to be complete.
We just put a lot of work. I've always said this. We truly do. We put a lot of work onto the front of our cards. Why cover it up with a sentiment?
Yeah.
And if you're going to have the sentiment be that small, what's the point?
Well, sometimes it just, like, after you've worked on the composition for so long on your journal, it can be difficult to find the place for it, I think, is sometimes where I find myself,
Okay,
where I didn't work it into the original composition.
I finished my second one. And yep, has a belly band. Need a belly band. Must have a belly band.
Yeah, ATCs are a fun way to use your scraps. Gwen, you said it. It was clickbait too. That was the other thing. It's like, so and so has ruined journaling supposedly for everyone, I guess. I don't know. But you're making a clickbait video. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll move on from that. You saw it, Maddie? Did you have a different response? I could have been in a mood. Sometimes it's just me. I'm the problem. Um, it could have been my mood yesterday. It just felt a little out of place. Like, I don't know. I think about it too as like a card maker. Like, some people could say, "Oh, pretty penny." I Desiree, sorry, but I don't think we fit into card making. Like, if we looked at it,
No.
we don't really fit in. And I
Nope.
don't mean to throw you out like that, but
No.
like,
Mm-mm.
eh, with what's considered popular or mainstream, and I think, and we kind of don't fit the mold.
Nope.
But no one has ever told me there's not a place for me. And I think that that's kind of like why I felt so protective for those journalers that she was kind of calling out their style, because like it makes them like feel like they don't belong, but you do. There's a place for everyone at the crafty table regardless of your style. And there's a place for everyone and what they want to do creatively. And it's okay if they don't really fit into what your idea of what journaling is supposed to be about. It's okay. They don't have to fit in.
No. Mm-mm.
And it's a big craft table when you're talking about sharing on social media. And we have to make space for everyone to come and have a seat. If you don't make cards like everyone else, it's okay. If you don't journal like everyone else, it's okay. And I need to hear that, and I need to know that, because I don't follow the rules and I don't follow the trends. I follow my bliss, you know? So I think that that's why I took such an offense to it all, is because I don't fit in. But no one in the card making world ever has made me feel that way,
What? That.
that I don't fit in.
Right.
No one's ever insinuated or said that. Um,
Well, that would be pretty rude.
and
So,
that's why yeah, that's how I felt about that video yesterday. It was just like, how rude to say that they don't belong. They do belong. It's just a different style. And different styles can be really inspiring. When you look and see something, I've had people comment on it on my videos before. They're like, "I don't make cards like you or I don't craft like you, but I like to watch your videos."
Right.
Because we can take little bees flying to different flowers for pollen. We can take little things and go, "Oh, I don't want to make 5 by 7 cards, but I like the way she did this," or "I like the way they did that." There's just room for everyone.
Yeah, and I think that it's tough. Oh, you know what? Stop doing that, Des. Um, Sometimes it is tough to see that you can collage on a card. You can put vintage on a card. You can
Add layers or put
do
buttons.
mixed media
Mhm.
or any of these things. And sometimes it is tough for people to see that. Um and it's not a problem. It's just the fact that when they come across it, it's new, it's different. But I mean, first of all, for anybody to come across a video and to call out individuals and say that they don't fit or what they're doing is wrong, yeah,
Not cool.
that's all I'll say on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's people are just stupid.
Well, I didn't mean to start a whole thing, but it has been heavy on my heart for those creators and it wasn't just one person, but it was like the whole style was being attacked, I felt like, and it's like that's just not fair to those people. Like if
No,
you don't like it, keep going, like
yeah,
um
yeah, people just amaze me. But I just my head becomes a bobblehead a
oh,
lot.
that's too small.
It really does. I just keep shaking my head sometimes and say, "Okay,
Oh, so Maddie got the same feeling. Okay, Maddie. Well, I'm glad it wasn't just me having a mood. Um, you got the same. Yeah, very presumptive and um okay, well, glad it wasn't just me, especially after bringing it up to everyone.
it's good to know you're not crazy." See?
Oh, and flow, yeah. Flow, I have seen it as a trend of like TikTok ruined this, TikTok ruined that. Like I have been seeing that as like a trend and I don't know if they just make these videos to help like their channel grow somehow or something. Like I don't know what the point of it is, but
I
dang,
don't
that one's still too small.
whole TikTok thing. I don't understand it. I don't.
So it did feel like it was that kind of thing. Like, oh, this ruined journaling and um yeah, don't get it. Okay, I'm gonna make a vase that's actually big enough this time. I have vase dies, but we're just gonna draw it and do it.
Okay. All right. I finished my second one. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Show us a flip through, Des.
So I created a belly band, and it's got a little tiny kid leaning on it. I'm loving the paper dolls recently.
I know.
They are just too adorable.
He's so
So
cute.
he is
I
right.
love all those layers, Desiree. So the kid is on the belly band, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah. I have him stretched across the opening of the belly.
So cool.
So figuring out how this works, when you put your pocket in the back, you're going to get it to the front. So then I just did double pockets. So these are actual pockets. Matter of fact, woo-hoo! Yeah. No, not those. Where are they? Oh yeah, let's get those. Oh, here we go. Yay! Another two brick. So since they're double pockets, we can have tags coming out. We can add some poofs.
Yay for the poofs.
I love my poofs. They're too big. But that's okay because we can cut it down because there's nothing wrong in cutting down a tag. Oh, look at that. There we go. That works. Okay. And then I have a paper clip on this because we can, if we didn't glue her down. There we go. Okay. Didn't think we did, but that's all right. It could be a secret journaling spot.
I love secret journal.
Probably not. Well, it is. It makes it fun. And then we can put a tag in there. And now I need to put something there because, yeah. All right. We're just going to take a real quick piece of coffee dyed paper. Just tear it up. And we're going to glue it in that spot because, yeah. Because I let the glue go all over the place. There we go. Just that little touch of something there. There we go. Oh, and it's a backdrop for her. All right. So that can stay like that. This is also a tuck. Again, just by putting that, so you can put something there. We've got all that. And then we've got a lady sitting on the pocket. That one I glued down. But you can still put something behind her. This is a pocket. I took the 6x6 and did a fussy cut of the large piece. That's a tuck, the butterfly, off the yellow
Nice.
watercolor thingy. That's just decoration. Can journal. That's actually a tuck here.
I love that big flower, the pink flower that I'm seeing it delayed, but the big pink one that you made a tuck.
Yep.
That was pretty.
And then that's a tuck, so you can have something going across there. It's a tuck, I promise. It's a tuck. It's just, there we go. See? Tuck. So you can have like a tag coming from that with a poof. And then that's a tuck, the butterfly up there. This is a pocket with our fancy gentleman. And then this is a side tuck. And then we got another tuck here. And then another pocket with a gentleman sitting on it. Tuck. Didn't do anything there. Didn't do anything there. Cute little ladies. And then same thing. I have a pocket here, a pocket back there, a pocket here, and this will flip down.
Nice. I love it. I love all the different sizes of things and all the different tucks.
I'll have to add little tiny poofs. Gotta add my poofs. And get the bell on. Yeah, I gotta get those poofs in there. Okay, second one done. Yay! Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring these to my showcase.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Finish them up. Put the poofs on. Put the poofs on. Need my poofs.
Yeah, I think these are great for like craft fairs and um you know, just quick makes or for friends if you wanted to make, some for friends or whatever. They just come together so quickly and they're fun.
I have found. So I started. Ow. I started, and I have no idea if this is still available. When's this from? I can't tell. I'm gonna use it. Um, I started bringing my journals like 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and the looks on people's faces was hysterical. At least it was. Um, because they really didn't understand them.
Yeah.
They really did not understand them. But I don't want to use that one. But one woman came around and she asked, and no one would touch them.
Yeah.
I That hysterical. No one wanted to touch them. And all she did was ask a question. She's like, okay, what are these? Ooh, cut apart. Gotta love cut aparts. And I said, these are journals. And she goes, okay, what do you do with them? And I said, anything you want. I said, there's no limit to what you can do with them, what you want to do with them. You can put pictures, and it kept on. I said, I like to call them a diary on steroids. And I had my single journals, single signatures for that. And I think I only had like maybe 2 or 3 of them. She came back and she goes, okay, I want all of those.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And then I always bring what I call one obnoxious one. So, and what I mean by obnoxious, yeah,
Like
she's
my journal, just
she's
large and in charge.
no, it's got a high price ticket to it.
Mm.
She's up there in price. Um, and no one would ever touch that one. And finally, this one woman, she still comes. We still talk every year. She comes up to me. She looks for me, and I keep moving my table on her. And she goes, "You need to stop doing that." And I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "I promise, I won't move anymore. This is my spot. I'm good here." Um, and she just keeps looking, and she had bought the Mahumba, and she would not touch it. And I said,
Mm.
"You know what? You need to touch this." I said, "You're about to." She wanted me to flip through it, and I did. I was flipping through it and showing all the different things that it was doing and all of that. And she goes, okay. She goes, I've got to have this. And I said, okay. I said, but you got to touch it first.
You got to be willing to open it and
I
use
said, I
it.
need you to touch the journal. Um, and she goes, no. And I said, okay, you're gonna have to touch it. You're gonna have to take it out of the bag. And she goes, I know, but still. And I said, okay. So she did. She finally put her hands. I said, this is what this will do. This is what this will do. You'll do this. And she goes, I don't think I'm going to be able to write in this. And I said, then why are you buying it? And my sister just looked at me, go, why did you just ask her that question? And I said, well, I need to know. And she goes, I will. She
Yeah,
showed
it just
me
takes time.
it.
Like it
No, she still hasn't. She
Well,
came
yeah,
up
and that's
last
okay
year.
too. I've bought journals from people and haven't written in them, but I just like to look through them. I literally just like to open it up. Beth's from Happy Place Crafting is one of those. Like, I just like to open my Matilda journal and look at it. What will I write in it one day? I don't know. Maybe I'll never write in it. And that's okay too, right? Like, it's okay to just admire it for the art form that it is. But it is good for people to know, like, you can do anything. You can record anything you want to record or do anything you want to do with your journal. It can have all the words in it, it can have no words in it. The choice is up to you. And been shopping there for years, and there's a lady there who works there, and she creates charm bracelets that have themes, and her husband loves westerns, like old westerns, and she has this charm bracelet that is filled with like boots and Texas stuff, and just like she's been putting this charm bracelet together for years. And it is just like so inspiring, and I've been wanting to make, and I haven't done it yet, and I really need to do it. I've been wanting to make her a journal. um just cuz like I think she would really appreciate it, even though I have no idea if she junk journals or not, or if she would actually appreciate it. In my head, I think she would. But like, when I have taken them to craft fairs, my journals, I typically don't come home with very many, one or two, a couple. Um, and people are discovering them on the spot, but there is something about them that I think, is irresistible, because it's one of a kind, and if you like something, and it's like that, it's one of a kind, you're not going to find it again, you know. And I think that that's why people go to craft fairs, and that's why they go to art shows, and they go to these things, because they are looking for that one of a kind, unique, something they can't get at Target.
Did I put that?
I think I've finished this one for now. Let me get caught up with everyone in the chat. See how we are, guys. Sorry. I mean,
Just take notes. You never know what we're going to talk about. We could say something that's secret. So, just take a note. Yep.
we just get lost in conversation with each other. Um, but let me get caught up with y'all. That is, Maddie. The absolute beauty of crafting is there's no right or wrong. It all comes down to the attitude that people approach the craft, etc. If you come with a being all about your own way as a superior, then you miss the opportunity of learning from others. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Yes, Sonia, you can do it. She says, "Hey, I think I can do my own version of junk journaling for my paper dolls." Why, of course you can.
Yep.
You know what I've been thinking about, Sonia, is doing a journal, like a fairy journal, but like the pages would mostly be like, what I want to do is different signatures, like 3 signatures, and the start of each signature would be like the outside of a fairy house, and then the inside would be inside the fairy house, and take the approach from that way. I may or may not be working on some fairy digitals as we speak. And yeah, I want to create a journal that you feel like you're opening the door to a fairy house, and the magic that lies inside, and where does the fairy rest her head, that kind of thing. Just fun. It can be anything, but yeah, so you could take that idea with your paper dolls. So here's this journal, quick flip through. Desiree's already on to Christmas. Um, Okay, you decided not to. I saw the Christmas pad come out. So this is the front cover for this little journal, and I did do a tag, and I love these three smiling friends. Just like all of you, thanks for being here and crafting with us. It says just create down here at the bottom. Create anything, whatever makes you happy. I need to put like a tag or something in the front here. I haven't done that yet. I just have some random tea dye and a little flip, just a little stamping and a scrap of paper. Nothing difficult about it, but leaving place for journaling, leaving places for people to put their own pictures. I used the parts that I had cut out of my pockets with my circle punch to make a tab and another tag and lots of pockets. This one's got a pocket here. Still need to fill that one in. This is a pocket. This is a very pocket driven. And then I did some of Desiree's torn pockets here because
Awesome.
I wanted to incorporate those. So 3 down. How much longer you got in you, Des?
Oh, I'm good. Yep, I'm good. Meaning I can keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I probably have about 30 more minutes
Okay,
in me.
that's fine.
Okay. Hey, Christy G. Gloria was wondering, who is Bitty Penny talking to? I am talking to Desiree at Include Thank You. Des is joining me today.
Hello.
And thanks, Jennifer answered her. But thank you, Jennifer. Zal's smarter than me. Said that I saw the video pop up on my YouTube and I knew not to click on it. It still said TikTok is running journaling. I don't and probably never will be on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok either. Um Learn from who you want, be inspired to translate what you see from other designers in your own words and just have fun. That's right. Christine G, you have adorable emojis. Where are these cat in a box emojis coming from? There's two of them. Flo just threw one out there. Too cute. Love those. I love emojis. Y'all all know that. And hey Froggy, welcome, welcome.
Oh.
I'm glad you're crafting because I'm reading.
Yeah.
Oh, we were both frozen on Froggy's end for a minute. I didn't know that, but it seems to be. Oh, I think mine's frozen right now. It's okay, guys. I'm not actually crafting. I'm just. Oh, that means they can't hear me. Desiree.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. So can you guys hear me? You are moving on my screen.
Yeah, but I'm not
In
moving on YouTube.
No, you are moving on YouTube. You keep
Okay, now I am. Oh, good. Okay.
Yes.
Y'all didn't miss anything because I was just reading comments. But I was responding. Oh, and y'all did hear me say I love those emojis. Those are so cute. Oh my gosh. And there's another cat one. What is that cat doing? The gray cat. That is so cute. Those are so cute. Yay, we're fun. Okay, okay. Bye, Gwen.
Oh, Gwen.
We love you. Enjoy your breakfast. I haven't had breakfast either. Have you had breakfast, Des? Yeah, that's okay. I usually haven't had. This is not. I don't eat before 11 usually. All right. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I think I'll make a card because I can't make a whole nother journal. Well, here's the thing. If I start something, I have to finish it. So if I cut up ATCs, I'll want to make 12 ATCs. You know what I mean? So hard because I can start and finish in 30 minutes as long as I don't get too jiggy with it.
Well,
I should have some scraps, but I don't. I've actually used all of the scraps today in my journals. I don't have any scraps left over. That's cool.
now, Biddy, I know you have a stash of scraps.
Oh gosh. I mean, I got scraps.
I'm just saying. All right. All right.
I just don't have any from today's projects.
Okay.
I'm going to do a collage on my collage book. I didn't get to do that yesterday, so I'll do that. Kicking my shoes off. Don't know how those stayed on my feet this whole time. Man, it just feels so good to take shoes off. Ooh, I want this one right here. Yeah, I'm barefoot most of the time.
Fuzzy, fuzzy slippers.
Yesterday, when I was looking for inspiration on Pinterest, I saw this really cool collage. And this girl had like her mouth open and then she had cool quotes coming out. So that's what we're going to do. That was easy. That was the quickest flip through ever. Opened to the first page and was like, yep, that's the one. That's nice. So as I work in this book, I mean, I didn't give this book much thought yesterday. Like it wasn't something that had been on my mind. I wasn't thinking I needed it, anything like that. It just kind of happened. But I was thinking about it last night. And even when I was kind of putting it together yesterday, like I want to leave enough of the Pantone color behind each collage that, it stays apparent that this is Pantone 7548. So I don't want to cover it completely.
Are you going to choose like bits of paper that go with the theme of the color?
I hadn't thought about that, honestly. I do think I'm going to use a Tangled Maze and do what's cool about this ring binding is that I can take my card out and work on it. It doesn't have to stay in there.
Right.
Yay for that.
Okay, now I'm getting in a rhythm.
So you went floral, huh?
I always go floral.
Yeah.
Floral vintage.
When I hear people say it's like I clutch my pearls. What? Ah,
I can't.
I am such a floral person.
I I am as well. Yes. Or a a fluff type thing.
And it's okay that they're not a floral person. I just still clutch my pearls.
Yep. I did start the designs for the new stamp release. I'm not quite sure where it's taking me. Taking me somewhere.
Oh, I know. Maddie absolutely loves florals too. Yeah. And I get it because look, I sometimes I say I'm not a cute critter person and people probably clutch their pearls. I get it.
Yeah, I'm not that either.
It took me years and too much money to figure that out.
Now, snarky critters. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just not like a real cutesy critter person. Like,
Yeah, no.
especially if I have to color them or something. Like, no, I've come past that. I've come to realize, and it's not that I don't like it on other people's stuff. It's just not mine, me, not for me. Which is what's cool is that it takes, I like a variety. I like to watch people who love that stuff. I like to watch other people make it and use it and be in love with it. I just know that it's not what I want to create with, but I like it as a spectator.
Yeah, I go through my stash and it's amazing. I'll say, and why did I get that? I don't remember.
And my style still changes and pivots and grows. And like I used to hate art dolls and now I love them. So, like, there's also that, right? Like, we do legitimately just, our interest changes over time.
Yep, 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 yep.
I subscribed to Simon Says Stamps Kid of the Month again. I'm glad that makes you laugh. I don't know. I just wanted to get a kit, but um
They do a good job on their kits.
they do. They do. I was getting Unity stamps for a year and I did unsubscribe. I can't get all the kits, right? Because I am just using my own money here.
Right.
But I just thought, well, I think it's time to change it up. I may regret it. I love Unity so much. And they do create the kind of stamps that I don't have to color, which is one of the things I really like, not having to color. But we'll see. I just was a sucker. I don't know if you saw the kit last month. It was all like vintagey and
Would like to go back and get a kit again because I don't receive any. I do not. The only monthly thing that I get in right now is yarn for socks. I knit socks. Hmm. Um. So okay. Well, now that was quick and to the point. Now, wasn't it, Des? Look at that. Okay. My third one's done.
I'll be eating those words. Bye, Yolanda. I'm so glad you popped in. It's so good to see you. Do you know Devin Rex for Art, Yolanda Desiree? She does incredible gel printing. Gel printing is her thing.
People in my subscription.
List of suggestions and just see what people have been doing at this point. I'm like, well, I go on their thumbnail. I'm like, oh, cool. So that's what they're up to. Or read, because I can't keep up. Currently, I'm just working too much. If I was working 40 hours, I could do better. Next year, I know. I know. Yeah. Uh, that's all right. Maddie says never monthly kits for her. She prefers her picker supplies. Yeah, and if you're like, if you know, I totally agree. I get it. I totally get it. Especially if you have a big stash, which Maddie, I've seen your craft room because you've shared it on the internet and I know your stash. Yeah, I get it. And I have a similar stash. It's not a need. I've really been wanting to bring back 5 cards, 1 kit. Um, because those are truly videos that I enjoyed for years and I don't ever see them anymore or make them. And so that's part of it. But we can make our own kits. You don't have to subscribe. Just go through your stash and make yourself a kit out of what you already have. We'll be doing some of that.
I like I like kits, at least for me. I like to at least get one because they challenge me.
Yeah, because they're not things you would buy a lot of times.
It's right. You don't know what it is. You have that element of surprise. I mean,
That's what I like about it. I like surprises.
yeah, I mean you just don't know what you're going to get. Um and I will say, at least with Simon Says, they had a good ratio of good rather than bad.
They have a good ratio of what it does.
Of good against bad, meaning they had more good kits where
Yeah,
I'd be like, okay, you know what? I really like that image. Yeah, I really like that. Um, the stencil that's with it, or anything like that. Um, where there's others where it's like, okay, yeah, no, I got that, and no, I just didn't like where they were going. The ratio was just too.
it wasn't fitting for
It
yeah.
yeah, it just wasn't. a poof. It just wasn't fitting. There was too many of them where I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I can't do anything with this one. But that's all right. We can talk about Biddy now. What do y'all want to talk about? She's awesome though. See, she got me to do something new here, guys. New, new, new.
I'm still in my live, but I'll be done soon.
Let's see. Really trying to use my strash, and I'm only a couple years from trying to respect my destiny so I can make it last as possible. Well, I mean, that's good, Maddie. Absolutely.
Oh, I know.
Those are good
Okay,
things
I'm
to
back.
do.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about you. It's all good.
Oh, y'all were talking about me
Yeah.
on my own channel?
You weren't there. You know what? If you leave me alone, stuff's going to happen.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I like where this is going. Check it out, Des. You don't have to stand on your tippy toes. You can
I
just
like
wait for it to. But I like this.
I like
I
I
embossed your
like you can still
mandala.
see the yellow. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
the
I want to make
concept.
sure I keep that consistent and that you can actually see the color.
Yeah, I think that's cool. There was something I watched on YouTube recently about Pantone, and I think they were talking about, their color charts and everything else, and there was a lot of artists on it because I I guess that to buy the entire Pantone color book or cards or sticks, it's very expensive.
Mm,
Very expensive. And it's something that gets added to, it's
right. Every
something
year.
exactly, and it's not really just one color. They're adding multiple colors every year, but they choose that one, here's the color of the year or whatever they're doing. But yeah, it was a whole discussion. Uh,
Interesting. I'll have to try to find that.
and businesses of course use them, and if you don't, it was like a whole process. I'm like, dang, who knew? All right, now I have to add my poofs on this one too.
Okay. I think I got it. I love your poofs.
I gotta do my poofs. I got two poofs.
So, my dog loves her grandma so much. She freaks out when grandma shows up because grandma gives her all the treats
Well, yeah,
here.
because
She can't even get in the door and she's being like completely harassed by my dog. I hear her in there giving treats. Oh my goodness. I thought Blossom was coming with her today, but she stayed home. So, Des, thanks for joining me today.
well, thank you for
I
having
just
me.
love you so much and so happy that you're here and crafting with me and everybody.
I
Glad I won you over to the 3-minute journal.
well, well, yes, you did. I
I,
finally got into a rhythm. I got into a rhythm.
and I promise that jar wasn't just full of fives either.
Well, I mean, you had no idea because you were thinking, "Oh, she knows this." Nope,
Right?
nope, There. We got our poofs coming out the side now. Gotta have my poofs. Need my poofs. And I even have a poof on that one.
Yay, this is whoops. Um, this is checking this off this box for me because I wanted to make this yesterday and I ran out of time.
Well, it's not that you ran out of time there, but you kind of like,
I got I went down a rabbit hole.
and it wasn't even a pivot. It was a turn that was unknown.
A 90-degree
It
turn.
really was. It was just a turn that was absolutely unknown because I even watched the beginning of the replay and I'm like, when did she switch?
I don't even know.
Wow. It's just boom right over in there. So yeah, it was
It's because it's been in my brain for so long and I just haven't done it, you know? And so it was just like all all in. Let's show everything we made. You go first, my lovely guest.
okay. So we did the first one. This was the learning curve. So we've got a belly band because at least a couple of them. One I made, I didn't have need a belly band. So we just added some pockets. We have to have something that sticks out. And we just have more pockets, little pieces of paper, a double torn pocket because who doesn't love to tear paper? I love tearing paper. And then we have a tuck with a couple pieces. We got our belly bit wrong way. Got our belly band just to hold it all together. So I think that's cute.
I love it so much.
Then we went large.
You
That
went straight from one mini slimline to the I'm
yeah.
going to do this in 12 by 12 paper.
I did. I must have real estate. I truly am. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love this, but it's like, okay, what can I do to add to this?
Yeah.
There and
It
it's
is more limiting. Yeah.
this is just too small for me. So
Right.
boom, I still have my belly band because I just added. I just kept on adding to this. And this kind of helped me to okay, now I understand how this is going. So we've got a double pocket there so these can get decorated. That can get decorated. That's nothing, that's just decoration. And then we got a nice woman sitting there, hidden pocket to write. Paper clip because we always have to have metal in our journals. Pocket, pocket, tuck. So remember when I say tuck, it's just on one or two sides. Flip. It's a tuck. Pocket. Tuck. 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 Pocket. I just love the way that people are sitting on the thing. Thought that was cute. I just
Yeah.
think it's cute. It's different. It's different. Tuck. Pocket. And then we got a double pocket. I put a pocket back there because that's clipped so that that can come down.
Nice.
And then there's a pocket there. And then that's it on that one. I can't find my belly band.
I want to see it not to be like bossy or anything. But I'd love to see a flip through of this on your channel where I can see the whole thing like in frame because we are like limited with this
It
narrow
is. We are.
vision.
And I will.
And
I'll do that.
so I know we're missing a lot of details that we all want to see. I'm just saying, if you happen to show us a
But
flip through in your
in
next live
okay, watch
tomorrow.
the live tomorrow. I got it. I got it. So stay tuned tomorrow at over to thank you at 9 a.m. Eastern time, approximately. We will be flipping through the 3-minute journal and recap
Woohoo!
with Biddy. yes, I will do that. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Because that one didn't need a belly band. This one kind of stayed closed.
Yeah, no. It it looks good. Doesn't look like it needs it.
No,
Okay.
I think
And then
because,
your third project.
yeah, and that one's my third. And I put a poof, and then that actually comes out.
I didn't see you flip through your third.
Oh, okay. So here, and then we have that comes out with a little poof. So that goes in there. And then we got a
I
pocket.
like that paper.
This is not available anymore. It's called the Conservatory
Mm.
with a Michaels paper pad.
Oh, okay.
And then that's an upper tuck pocket.
Make today pretty. That's a fun
Yeah.
cover.
Yep, yep, yep. But
Cool.
I had fun putting little tiny things in. I'll probably finish these tonight
Mhm.
and decorate them up. But yeah, this one didn't need a belly band. So I must have either did the cut different to where it worked, or I
You
didn't
didn't
add
put as much in
anything.
it.
Yeah, I didn't add anything in between that. Where these, I was okay. How far can I push this
Exactly.
before
Yeah,
it's
and that's what I
down?
found too. Like you don't need a belly band if you're not adding a bunch of in between pages and pockets and things.
But yeah, but it only works with 3 pages.
Yeah,
Only 3.
absolutely.
Oh, thought maybe you could add more. Just try.
Yes, Desiree, you did awesome. Everyone likes it.
I loved it. Loved it. Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Yeah, they look great. I love them.
You're right, Dawn.
Okay,
We're gonna get my papers dyed this weekend. You're right. You're right.
you're going to do it. You've got 3 days.
Right. This is true. Okay, now let's see what you did.
So I did well just little mini slimline journals. I don't know which one was my first since I don't know. I lost track. I think this was my first one.
Yes.
But just it's like some stamping, single-sided paper, so different from yours. Yours was double-sided for your first one. Um, so just real simple, just little pieces of paper. I did some fun folding to make a little kind of moment there if you wanted to tuck something in it. I didn't decorate them too much. Added a pocket and one of my ATCs. I actually had to cut the ATC down. It didn't fit in there if I didn't cut it down, but that was a previously made piece of ephemera that fit the bill. And then just more stamping and a belly band with a previous ATC tucked in there. And then here's where I paper clipped some ephemera and a piece of paper in that tea dye. Just real simple. Stamping, simple. So there was that one. That's why I went so fast. There's not. And then I just using up, this is why I didn't have any scraps. I just found ways to use the tea dye. I used the tea dye paper here. Less perfection, more authenticity. Put some, again, ephemera and a little piece of tea dye that's in that belly band on the front. Use some sentiments, random pieces of ephemera from my stash. Just fun. And then here's another place where things can get tucked in. Put a little flip out there that I had glued on here. And this is actually a tuck too. So I could take a ATC card and tuck that right in there. Dance and daydreams. Sure. Let's just leave that there. So, and a pocket on the back with the ephemera. Okay. So I made 2 of those. And then you went large. So I had to go large. And I did a pocket on the front of mine too. And this measures 8 by 6. And this is the tag, the oversized tag slash journaling spot. Everything today is flowers. It's all coming up daisies around here. It's all floral. Um, but I love this because the girlfriend vibe and hanging out with my girlfriends. my girlfriend and my girlfriends. So, this just using the scraps that I had left over when I cut it down. I gave it explanation as I worked through it. So if you need to go back, I used stencils today and just random pieces of ephemera again and another big tag. This one has lots of pockets. I haven't even filled them all up yet. So this is a pocket. This is a pocket. There's even a pocket right here. There's a lot of places to tuck things. And then I did your torn pockets back here. So that's that one. And then finally, I worked for the first time in my Pantone uh, little collage journal that I made yesterday. And I stamped with your stamps and embossed them and it says, be true to yourself.
Absolutely.
That's what we got to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Always. Never going to change. Although I do love, Dawn, you're awesome. Yes. Thank you for pointing out that I did the 3-minute journals in 3 hours. Thank you. My heart is yours. Thank you. It's there.
We did. We made it a marathon.
We had fun. And Flo, a great place to find floral ephemera. Now, I don't know if you have a printer, but digitals.
Yeah.
You can find some really um inexpensive with a digital with lots of options,
Mhm.
and you can print out what you need and all of that. That is where I go um for that type of ephemera. I just got to get over. I got to fussy cut it all out.
Well, you have a brother scan and cut.
You know what? I do. And I have amazingly, unless they put a clear border around the image,
Yeah.
it cuts the flower in half, it cuts through
It
it.
can. You know
Oh,
what you can do is you can use a pencil and lightly draw a line around what you want it to cut, and it'll cut the pencil line instead of your work.
mm, yeah. But it's that would be a lot. I'm lazy. So I'm good with I'm getting better with fussy cutting because I've gotten over the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect.
Oh, good.
Yes. It only took me 3.5 years for that. So I got there. I listened to my mantra, let it go, let it go. So yeah, we're there.
Awesome. Man, well, to all the characters and all the friends. Hi, Rose. I didn't get to say hi to you. Thank you for spending your time here with us today. You guys are what make the lives so fabulous. It's all of you, all the characters in the chat, all the funny chat. Um, I just appreciate your time. I know you could be anywhere doing anything, and the fact that you're here hanging out with us, it's an honor to have you.
Yep.
So whether you were in the chat or just hanging out quietly, doing your own thing, no matter what, we're glad you're here. Des, do you have anything you want to add before
Everything
we
we
go?
just said, but thank you. I had a lot of fun. Yes, again, I will be going live tomorrow, 9-ish. Things can happen. And we'll go through these, and I have absolutely no idea what we're going to be doing. So it should be an adventure for all. Yeah. I have no idea. I may even turn it on and say, okay, guys, what do you want me to work on?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, no.
it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
They will let you know. I lean on it consistently myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we'll figure it out. I may come up with something later on tonight too. So, or I'll look at your list that you created today. Maybe I'll do something off of that.
Yeah, so here's my list for anyone who missed it and how we ended up in this predicament. Was I made a list and I just numbered it and then I wrote those numbers on pieces of paper and drew one. I mean, very simple. We went scraps, scrappy tells, mixed media, 3D card, the 3-minute journal, 5 cards, one kit, chat choice. That would have been y'all's decision. Simplicity series, Stampington, and Tangle. So those were the 10 that I came up with that I thought for Desiree and I. But yeah, make a list, throw some numbers on it, put your numbers in a hat.
Yes, absolutely. Guys, I hope you do have a wonderful holiday weekend. If you're doing it,
Yes.
stay safe, continue to stay healthy, but most of all, just enjoy. Have fun.
Yes. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope it's
Yeah.
meaningful for you all and memorable and wonderful. Be safe out there. I'll have a video out tomorrow as a part of a hop. Desiree will be live. And so there will be a lot of entertainment. I'll even be here on Memorial Day live again. So just the whole weekend of fun. And I'm sure there's many others too. All right. Love you guys very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Well, I can't get my camera off. Hold on. It's not over yet. Oh.